Okay, hello, how's everyone doing today? Hope everybody's having a good day today. A good Friday afternoon is my favorite day of the week. I'm sure it's other people's favorite day of the week as well. Let me just post this on Twitter here.
I think you should change your horse name to Michael Jackson.
Okay, let me make a... here. Okay. It's on Twitter. There we go. Got it. Okay, I got the stream open now. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Yeah, a little bit of a, weird animation there. Huh.
Nah, he's just dancing around. Let him have his fun.
That NPC is getting pissed. Okay, I don't know what that NPC's problem is.
He's jealous that his horse doesn't have the skills to do this.
Okay, let me see. Okay, Okay. Oh, hey Eddie, thank you for the super chat. Thanks, man. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good Friday afternoon. How tall are you? About 6 feet. If you took over Rockstar Games, what would you do? Cancel GTA Plus, increase the amount businesses pay on everything, increase the heist pay on GTA Online, delete Oppressor Mark II, Orbital Cannon, start development on GTA 6. Revive Red Dead Online, a lot of things I would do. I've seen Breaking Bad, I've seen clips.
Red Dead Redemption 2 expanded and enhanced. Isn't that like approximately the amount of time it took for like Rockstar to announce and expanded and enhanced back in 2014, I think it was?
Well, GTA 5 was announced just 3 years after GTA 4 came out. And there's a teaser trailer already for it. But here we are, like, about to be, 9 years later this September, and yet, we still don't even have a GTA 6 teaser. I don't care for that stupid message that Rockstar posted saying the next GTA game is in the works. I don't count that as a teaser. So, yeah.
And as far as we can tell, it could be like a new, what's the name?
No, I've never been to England.
It could be a new definitive edition, like for Vice City stores and so on. But like I would take a message now from Rockstar saying that Red Dead Redemption Online is cancelled and they're working on Red Dead Redemption 3. That I will take, but
honestly, I kind of agree with you in a sense. Like, my ideal thing is I want more Red Dead Online DLC. That's what I want. I think most of us can agree. But if Rockstar at this point have if Rockstar at this point have given up on Red Dead Online, which they pretty much have, anybody that plays this game a decent amount will tell you they've given up on the game. Rockstar should just come out in the newswire and just literally say we're done supporting this game. That's it. Maybe they'll say we have one final update coming up, but that's it. We're not making any more updates. They should do that. Because what Rockstar is doing right now is being very dishonest. Is they're pretending like this game is still going to get plenty of content, hoping that people still spend money on gold bars, but at the same time they're not planning on doing anything. So it's like they're just trying to milk this game as much as possible because they know if they say we're not going to make any more Red Dead Online DLC, they're going to make even less money from this game. So even though they're probably not going to make anything else, they're taking a very dishonest approach. They should just be honest and just say, we're not making any more content. I prefer that over them pretending to care.
I recently, I went into the Red Dead Redemption 1 servers, the online
People
servers.
still play that a lot.
Yeah, I forgot how good of a game it was. It was really fun.
Hey Pro, are you into WWE? Will you be watching WrestleMania Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday night? Well, thank you, Anthony, thank you for the super chat, man. I'm not really into WWE. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I watched like Monday Night Raw. I never really watched SmackDown, but I did watch Monday Night Raw when I was a kid. And the thing is though is I'm just not into WWE much. And the thing is though is John Cena is still part of WWE, right? So it's like
screw that guy.
Yeah, I
Screw him.
don't want to see John Cena personally. Like if I see John Cena, I'm probably gonna get annoyed. It's
I
just
don't know
like
what you're talking about, bro.
what?
You can't see him anyway. You can't see John Cena.
Yeah, I guess I
can you?
can't see John Cena anyways. But like, yeah, and the thing is though, like I used to look up to him like when I was a kid, but like it's like he really pissed me off when he. For people that don't know what I'm talking about, he made like a comment like months ago in which he called Taiwan like a country when he was like recording the new Fast and Furious movie in an interview. And what happened was he uploaded like a video apologizing to the Communist Party of China for calling Taiwan like an independent country. And so the guy I used to respect as a kid, I saw him like do a video apologizing to a dictatorship. And so it's like I was at that point I was like no. Like, anything I see, I'm not refused to see any movies with John Cena or, like, watch anything with him, like, anymore. Just, no, thank you. Last time we saw John Cena in WWE was SummerSlam last year. Well, I don't even watch WWE much anymore, Carlos. I wouldn't know that, but, I just don't ever want to see John Cena again. Like, I'll never watch any of his movies or any of that. Hey Pro, can I join your game? Sure you can, Specialist. What's your PSN again? I know I have you at it. You're Trio Knight, right, Specialist? I think you are. Can you Saucer, would you be able to invite Trio Knight here? I think you have him at it, right?
Yes.
I think I have Trio Knight in my friends. Yeah, I have him in the friends. Should I?
Do you know about the fail cutscene in the mission friend request? Also, I love what you did to Ashley in my GTA 5 playthrough. Well, thank you, Mario. Fail cutscene in friend request. Which mission is friend request? Is that the mission where you blow off Jay Norris's head with Lester Phone? Is that the Life Invader mission? Is that friend request? And I know if you wait too long, like Jay Norris will just it'll just fail on its own. But no, thank you, Mario. Yes, I do, Matthew. When will we see GT Online stream? I'll probably do GT Online when the next update comes out, or maybe I'll do another charity stream on GT Online. But it's maybe, yeah, I'll probably do it when the next DLC drops. We'll probably do it, or maybe I'll even do a GTA 5 like stream of just like the single player when I get 100%.
100% completion.
Yeah, I could do 100% completion.
I don't like the GTA Online because every time you do them, you give those people that still believe that you've gone back to GTA Online, crawling back, all the stupid shit that they say, that they just wake them up.
Will they ever release a hot air balloon into online? Probably not, Myth. They might have it in a mission. You shaking your head to everybody negative, ranging from villains like Devin and Dimitri to idiot celebrities like Sita is perfect meme material. Well, thank you, Mr. Waifu. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, I had stuff like that happen to me when I was when I started doing like Cayo Perico. I remember it was like, people were just, like, there was people that were saying, like, a bunch of, like, nonsense in my comment section, because, like, right around when Ghost of Tsushima came out in, like, July of 2020 is when I took, like, my official break from GT Online to, like, do other projects, and so what ended up happening was, I had people, complaining a lot that I wasn't playing GT Online, but then what happened is, I told people repeatedly on my Red Dead streams and in my channel updates that, like, whenever the next GT Online DLC comes out, I'll come back to the game and I'll play it then. And so what happened was when Cayo Perico came out and I started playing Cayo Perico, I had a bunch of people that just came in the comments section and say, oh, he's coming back to GT Online for views, and he's doing it for views now. And it's like, just a bunch of comments like that, when it was nothing about that. I really promised people that I would do GT Online when, like, when the next DLC came out, and I kept my word on that. And it was, then, like, after I covered pretty much what I could in Cayo Perico, I was originally going to do a Cayo Perico guide, but I never got around to doing it, because by the time I was I was doing the Red Dead DLC at the same time, the Bounty Hunter Infamous Bounties DLC. So I was doing the Red Dead DLC content at the same time. I made guides for the Red Dead DLC, I think. And then what happened was I was also doing a playthrough. What playthrough was I doing in December of 2020? But anyways, what happened was I was doing
it was it San Andreas?
I think it was San Andreas. Yes, I was doing San Andreas. That's what I was doing. So I was doing a San Andreas playthrough, and I was doing Red Dead DLC and the GTA Online DLC. And so I never got around to making a Cayo Perico guide. And when I finally, got around to start making a Cayo Perico guide, I saw that there was like already a bunch of YouTubers already made guides, and they were pretty much like the routes that I was going to take anyways. So it was like I was like there's not really a point in this. So it was just I was like okay whatever, and then.
What are you thinking about the new PS Plus thing?
I didn't read much into it, but like you get like 400 games or something like that if you buy the PS Plus premium thing. But the thing is, they don't even tell you what the 400 games are, and I'm not gonna buy any of those other ones.
Could be nice. I guess we'll see this launch.
What's up, Pro? How are you today? I'm good, Sam. How are you, man? Can you do more lore videos on Red Dead Redemption 2? I have a... You know something? I have a Red Dead Redemption 2 lore video that I was gonna make like 3 years ago. And I actually have the script for it on my computer still. I wrote a script for it, but I never made the video. And so I think I can make that video one day. I have the whole script still written out.
What, is that like the Micah video?
It's a video about what's his name, Angelo Bronte, and and it was gonna be I was gonna be talking because Angelo Bronte was based on a real life mobster, and that was in New Orleans, and I was gonna talk about like the similarities between the real guy and Angelo Bronte and what really happened, because some of the things that happened in the storyline are very similar to what happened in real life. With the guy that Angelo Bronte was based. But what was the mobster's name that Bronte was based on? I'm trying to remember his name. I remember I wrote the script like 3 years ago. There was 2 mafia families. One was with, I think one was with a P, and then the other one I think was started with C. But it was
is that like the one that the Valentine's Day massacre? I don't think it was.
No, Charles Matranga. I think that's what his name was. Charles Matranga. That's who I think Angelo Bronte was based on. Is Charles Matranga. What do I think about E3 being canceled this year? Honestly, Sam, I don't even really care that much about E3. It hasn't been a thing in 2 years, and I just I don't really care that much for it. Hey Pro, hope you're well. Thoughts on a GTA 4 remaster? It's overdue in my opinion. Also, ever think of playing Mafia 3? It's really good. Much love. Thank you, Petty Groove.
Yeah, Mafia.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Mafia 3 one day. I might do a Mafia 2 replay. I might replay Mafia 2 this time with like a costume. But it's yeah, I wanna like I'll replay Mafia 2 one day and then I'll go to Mafia 3. GTA 4 remaster. About that is I don't think GTA 4 really needs like a complete like remake. Like what they could do is just port the PC version of GTA 4 to PS5 and Xbox Series X, because the PC version, actually the graphics are so much better on the PC version of GTA 4 than on like
it
console.
Looks better even than
the PC version of GTA 4 looks so much better. Yeah, I would agree with you too. Yeah, I think parts of GTA 4 do look better than GTA 5. I think the sunset and the ocean look better in GTA 5, but I think like a lot of the cars and like some of the character models look better in GTA 4. Like and the ragdoll animations are just so much better in like GTA 4, like the physics, than like GTA 5.
6 minutes left.
Deliver him when there's maybe 6 minutes. Yeah, let's just hold on to him for a little bit.
The Railroad Baron is right after that.
Pro, I chose to kill Francis like you did in your GTA 4 playthrough. Yup. And Francis, I think Francis deserved it.
Also, I did donate that money thing to him too. I actually got a whiskey out of that.
What about, when is the Railroad Baron, Saucer?
6 more minutes.
Okay, yeah. 6 more minutes. But if the Railroad Baron is in 6 minutes, let's just deliver the guy when there's 1 minute left. Then
Right.
yeah, and it was just what I hated the most about Francis was that he was trying to play like he believed that he had like the right to play God in a way, that he thought that he could decide who lives and who dies, and he thought that he was judge, jury, and executioner, and like that's what I really didn't like about Francis. Francis was, what Nico says to him. If you choose to kill Derek, Nico says to Francis that at least Derek and Jerry are honest about who they are, and he says he's a crook hiding behind a badge, which is pretty much what he is. Pro, opinion on the Will Smith slap. I knew somebody was gonna ask me about that, but here's what I'll tell you. The first thing is, I don't watch the Oscars. I don't care for the Oscars, and I don't care for a lot of these celebrities. I don't. But it's in regards to the whole Will Smith slapping Chris Rock thing, I think that Will Smith, went overboard and he just freaked out too much. But at the same time, even though I feel bad for Chris Rock, what I'll say is I don't really care that much for this situation. I feel bad for Chris Rock, but I don't think that this is like headline breaking news, because the thing is, the way the internet is talking about this is they're making this seem like this is breaking news. Yes, I feel bad for Chris Rock, and what Will Smith did was wrong, but I don't think that this is breaking news. I don't think this is world international news.
Why do you think this is wrong? He insulted his wife. He made a joke about her disease. It's not something nice.
I wasn't even paying attention to the whole joke and everything like that, but I don't remember what he said. I know it apparently offended Will Smith's wife. That's what I do know. And Will Smith got angry. He went up the stage, he slapped him, and then he started cursing a bunch of times. But it was just like, the point that I'm making is that this is not breaking news. This isn't. But like, people are constantly making it seem
I agree
like
with this.
people are making it seem like this is the most important thing in the world. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Like, it's like the video has like 80 million views or something like that of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, when it's like, the economy is doing really bad. Inflation is through the roof. Gas prices are really high. There's conflicts going around the world. Millions of people are displaced, and it's like, and for some reason, this is what some people consider the most important, the Oscars, and like what Will Smith is like.
ISIS, even ISIS may come back.
Yeah, it's just, I really don't care what goes on at the Oscars. I don't. And honestly, like, way more people paid attention to the Oscars because of this situation that was going on. But, oh, and thank you, Sam, for the super chat. Take-Two CEO, Rockstar will only release GTA 6 if Microsoft pays Rockstar to make GTA 6 Xbox exclusive. April Fools. Yeah, damn. It's just, I wouldn't be surprised at this point, Sam. And thank you, Eric. I made a video...
Have you heard about the Red Dead Plus subscription?
No, Red Dead Plus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Red Dead Plus. Yes, they're so get this, guys. Rockstar should make like a Red Dead Plus subscription, and with Red Dead Plus, you pay $6 a month, you get $100 in game, and you get 1 Capitale every month, and you also get 10 cans of baked beans every month delivered. That's what Red Dead Plus should be. I made a video talking about you on my channel and talking about how people are repeating themselves, but I did it out of respect. Well, thank you for the super chat, Eric. I mean, I do kind of repeat myself a lot of times, but oftentimes when I repeat myself, it's to kind of like, bring back a point that I'm talking about. But I don't do it like intentionally. I guess it's just automatic for me. It just happens sometimes when I repeat myself.
Oh, you made a big mistake.
Yeah, and some people are saying it's staged. I don't think it's staged. The Will Smith thing, I think it was real. But it was like, the point that I'm making is, I'm not, I'm not by any means, condoning what Will Smith did or any of that. It was, he assaulted him. He did. When you hit somebody, you slap them, that's assault. So Will Smith committed assault. He's lucky Chris Rock didn't press any charges on him. Chris Rock could have pressed charges on him for that.
I think the reason
because
Chris Rock didn't press any charges is because he knew it was out of place.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of out of place. But it's and like, I don't know if Chris Rock making those jokes was the most appropriate thing either. But at the same time, I don't think Will Smith, should have gotten up and just, slapped him and then, just started cursing and everything like that on TV. He could have just talked to Chris Rock about it after the show and said, you know, dude, this isn't cool. And that probably would have been it. But, like, you know, just what he did. But regardless, I really don't care much about this situation. I feel bad for, you know, the guy getting slapped. And, you know, what he said wasn't nice either. But, you know, I don't support, you know, assault of any kind. But
I only heard about it like yesterday.
Yeah, and the thing is though,
and then I got the entire
I don't even care about, you know, Oscars. I don't care about these celebrities, but I can't escape it. Even though I don't care about Oscars, I don't care about these celebrities. Whenever I'm on the internet, this stuff always pops up, even though I don't follow it. Like all this celebrity stuff, these Oscar stuff. And it's just, you know, it's always some kind of drama, some stupid drama that celebrities get into, and then they try to basically
it's
just.
not even drama. It's not sad. It's rich people's problems.
It's basically just, you know, stupid rich celebrity drama. That's pretty much what it is. And so they basically try to push. They try to push it on the rest of us.
Follower on Instagram. Oh, I'm going to die. I have less followers on Instagram. That is absolutely stupid.
They try to push this celebrity drama on the rest of us, and so, like, we constantly have to hear it, and it gets annoying. So, like, I don't follow the Oscars, I don't know any of that, but even though I constantly got news articles popping up about the Will Smith thing, and I remember, like, you know, what is it, like, exactly, like, what is it, like, 2 years ago? Yeah, it was, like, exactly, like, 2 years ago. It was before the pandemic, you know, started, in the West.
Put him in.
Yeah, just deliver the target. Before the pandemic, like, started, I remembered that there was, like, people constantly kept coming into, like, my chat on, like, my live streams, and they constantly kept talking about Prince Harry and, like, Meghan Markle, like, over and over and over again. Like, it was just in my Reddit chat. Like, I was just playing Reddit online, and people were just talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, like, constantly. And they were just, like, asking me, like...
With those
they were asking me, like, what I thought about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, like, moving out of, like, Britain and stuff like that. And I literally was, you know, I literally said my honest opinion about it. And, like, I said, I really don't care about this stuff. And, like,
yeah,
and, like...
Well, what it should be your business.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, is that...
There are a couple, they're allowed to do this.
But what I'll tell you about it is that some people were getting pissed off at me, like, in my chat. They're like, oh, how can you not care about this? This isn't important and stuff like that. Like, Prince Harry is, like, leaving the royal family. And my response to that is, I'm not British. I'm an American. We don't have a monarchy in America. That's not my king. That's not my prince. So it's, I don't care. You know, I don't care about this guy, like, moving out of, like, the royal family or anything like that. It's just, it's dumb. And the thing is, at the same time when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were having that stupid drama of theirs, like, there was, like, wildfires going on in Australia, and, like, thousands of, like, acres of land got destroyed, thousands of koalas died,
this.
and, like, and yet that's something that people should be talking about, in my opinion, and not, like, you know, this Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stuff. And honestly, you know, I don't want to judge anybody, but the way that I see it, like, with this Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stuff, when they're constantly, like, appearing in the news, they're constantly giving interviews and all this, it's like they want the drama to continue. It's like they want just, you know, people just to keep talking about it and stuff like that. But it's just, you know, it's whatever. It's their business, it's their personal lives, but I don't care for it.
It's not to offend anybody, but the royal family doesn't have that much of a role anymore.
Yeah, it's just we don't have a monarchy in America. Like, we don't. Like, we have no history of monarchy. Ironically, you know, we fought to get away from monarchy in America, and yet Americans will care more about the royal family than some British people will. So that's like that's what I've noticed about this this stuff. But that's just, you know, that's just my opinion. If you disagree with me, feel free. But that's just my thing stated. I just don't care about celebrity issues and, like, all of their stuff there. Let me see, here. Hey Pro, can I have an invite please? Also, have you experienced a bug where the PS5 switches off randomly while playing PS5 games? No, I have not experienced that, Specialist. I have had games crash for me, but I have not, I haven't experienced that, personally, but thank you for the super chat. Hey Pro, any advice on how to be smarter? I learned a lot from your videos and you're knowledgeable on various topics. I don't know if I can really give you any tips on being smarter, but, I would say what I would say is just, like, read a lot, and just, like, don't ever, like, don't ever show off in front of people, because, in my opinion, people who are smart don't show off, and people who are, like, you know, people, you know, really smart people. Why am I picking this guy? I don't know how I missed that, but like, if somebody's truly smart, they're not gonna brag. You would know they're smart. So if somebody's like showing off, they're not smart in my opinion. Will I make a playthrough of Red Dead 1? Yes, I will one day, Myth. And thank you, Surprise Doll. After all the hate Rockstar's been getting, I think they need our support more than ever. Come on, guys. I'm gonna be buying GTA Plus on all my accounts. Well, Surprise Doll, I really hope that's an April Fool's. I think that's a joke, right? But, I do thank you for the super chat. Oh, I don't think I have,
you know the story of the April Fools, right?
No.
Basically, in the like 1200s, there was a king in Britain who had a mistress, and when his wife, he thought that she disappeared and died, but she was on a political journey to Poland. So she went away, and after she went away for young. So they said that the wedding would be officiated like a month after she went, and then what happened is that the wife showed up at the ceremony, but she says like, I was in Poland, I just didn't tell you. She caught him with his mistress, and this is the story of the April Fool's Day.
This is where April Fool's comes from?
Yeah.
Well... thank you, Sam. Microsoft changed their mind. They were going to make Call of Duty an Xbox and PC exclusive instead, and PlayStation will not get an next Call of Duty game. April Fool as well. I think that Microsoft has actually thought about that, but they realized they'd lose a lot of money by not having it on PlayStation because they consider they own Activision now. And thank you, George. Hey, Pro, hope you're doing well. I was wondering, will you be playing the Yakuza games in the future? And will you play Red Dead Redemption 1?
Wow.
Also, I am loving your lore videos and your content. Keep up the good work. I will play Red Dead Redemption 1 this year. Yakuza, I don't know if I'll get around to this year, but I will play Red Dead Redemption 1 this year, definitely. That'll do. But, yeah, you know, last thing that I'll say about, like, you know, these celebrities is, like, you know, people shouldn't be... Why is my horse being stupid right now? And I'm gonna die right here, right now, yep. Yeah. Is, Will Smith is just lucky that Chris Rock didn't press charges on him. I guess Chris Rock shouldn't have made those jokes. But at the same time is, you know, I don't think that this is breaking news, and I don't think this is, like, really important news.
What it is to take the eye away from...
Yeah, and I mean, just taking away, talking about, like, this Will Smith drama is, like, taking away from real problems. I care way more about the state of the economy and, like, about, like, you know, inflation and stuff like that, than I do about, like, the Oscars or, like...
You know that 12 people have died this week.
The celebrities, on all the think that the world revolves around them constantly, and,
They're not drunk. Like, people just read, it's awful what is going on, what people are interested in nowadays.
What's my opinion on the upcoming Call of Duty 2022? Thank you, Bell. Will you be streaming the campaign at launch? Appreciate your content. Thank you, Bell. The new Call of Duty is gonna be Modern Warfare 2, right? I'm gonna be doing a playthrough of it. I won't be streaming it, and I'll do like a cosplay playthrough on it too.
You better watch out for one player on here.
Thank you, Bell. Did you see my last super chat? I did, Sam. Watching from UK, amazing content as usual. Thank you, M9 Chaka. Thank you. Thank you, man. It's not April Fool's. Next paycheck, I'm going to be purchasing GTA Plus. Won't be able to feed my kids for a week, unfortunately. You know the scary thing about, and thank you, Surprise Doll. The scary thing about this is some people have actually gone broke buying loot boxes in games. Do you know that? That's like what's scary. Is I cannot imagine spending hundreds of dollars on loot boxes in games. But oh my god, imagine if GTA Online had loot boxes next to like GTA Plus. Oh my god, I don't even want to give them ideas.
I don't think
But
it's
it's
to
just,
be an imagination. It's going to be realistic, like at least a couple of updates.
Would I play Subnautica stream it? Possibly Dark V2. That's actually a very highly requested game for me. It's a horror game, right? That's like a very like highly requested game on my channel.
Is this Subnautica?
Yeah, isn't that a horror game?
No, it's a survival game.
As a British person, I can say that Meghan and Harry are just attention-seeking. Well, like, I don't even know the whole background behind it. I don't know what's going on with, like, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. But the point that I'm making is that I don't care about it. That's, you know, and I don't know why I should care about it, honestly. Because, like, you know, if I was going through drama in my life, you know, would most other people care about it? No, and I wouldn't even want people to probably know if I was going through drama in my life. So it's like, you know, why should I care about what Prince Harry and, like, you know, Meghan Markle are doing? So it's just, you know, and on top of that, you know, I'm an American. It's not my country even. So it's, but, you know, and I don't even, a lot of Americans care more about this than a lot of British people do. Like what the royal family is doing. And I don't understand why it's so important, why people are so fascinated by it, but it's, Dr. Isaiah Friedlander, I think that's all we have time for. Yeah, Friedlander. I have a video coming up on him that I want to make on Dr. Friedlander. Do I ever wonder if Red Dead graphics will age over time? What do you mean by that? I got something to say about these celebrities. They're not gods. Yup. Great comment there, 6 Joe. Great comment. Am I gonna get this Royal Humans 2 remake? You betcha. I will get it 100%. I love the Destroy Humans series.
Sorry, Harry. I had to put my gun away. To melee that person.
They glitch on the side of the teleport.
Yeah, watch out. There's one guy on here that just closes on me before.
He's using teleportation as well because he was on the side of the
Wait,
train.
there's somebody cheating?
In front of me. Yeah, don't know who it is because he was on. He got knocked off his horse on the back of the train. He was on the side of the train in front of me.
Ah,
and then
damn.
Saucer had to beat him.
Put Red Dead Online back in the vault. Hashtag GT Online
Why
better.
can I not talk to him?
Well, thank you for the
hell?
thank you for the super chat, Surprise Doll. You're having a lot of April Fool's fun, I see.
I just got one of them using explosives on me, so before he's using them now.
Ah. I'm gonna die. Yep.
The machine gun.
The media doesn't want to talk about those things. Well, it's like, you know, the media will talk about these celebrities and basically follow them, worshiping them, almost. And I'll tell you, like, you know, the way some people follow these celebrities around, they follow them almost like they're gods. It's like, if you wanna see like how bad celebrity worship is, you could just look on Twitter. And you can, like, see, like, the celebrities when they post stuff on Twitter. It's, like, oftentimes, it's, like, and I'm not even talking about opinions. It's one thing if you post an opinion. But sometimes celebrities will post certain things that are, like, factually incorrect. And even when it's completely proven that what they've posted is not true, like, there will still be a ton of people that will go out and defend them. Like, it's just, you know... That's, hey, Professional, how was your day? My day was good, TMC Whiskey. Thanks, man. Can I make a GTA griefing cargo playthrough? Well, no thank you, Surprise Doll. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Specialist,
Is
for
there a-
sponsoring my channel.
Is there a Grishing Plus?
Shotgun Justice, Devil's Advocate. Celebrity stuff is less depressing than the real news, and people want to talk about stuff that's less serious. I mean, I think that if you do something like that, I think you're probably, and I do appreciate the super chat, Shotgun Justice, but I think if you do something like that, you're closing yourself off from, like, you know, discussing real world problems, and then it can become worse, because, you know, discussing real world problems, you know, at least, you know, then you can actually have a discussion and try to come to a solution and try to stop some of these problems from happening. But it's like, you know, the point that I'm making, and I think a lot of people agree with me, like, let me know if you agree with me in the chat on this, guys, that, like, there are people that don't even have enough food, not enough money to put food on the table. They're struggling because the economy is doing really bad, inflation is going through the roof, gasoline prices are really bad, and there's also wars.
There are people that don't have enough money to put a table.
Yeah, and there's, you know, there's homelessness, there's wars going on in the world, like horrible wars. Just look at what's going on in Ukraine right now, and it's like people like
Ukraine.
Ukraine, Yemen, Syria. You know, there's a lot of countries that are in the middle of wars right now, and like and these are, like, you know, all like real world international crises and problems, and it's like, and some people just want to talk about celebrities and just, like, you know, why should somebody that, you know, can't put food on the table, like, you know, is struggling in the economy, why should they care about what goes on at the Oscars? Or why should they care about, like, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and their stupid drama? You know, it's just, but, you know, the way the media just, you know, it's just, the media worships these celebrities like they're gods, and that's why I can't stand celebrities, because, like, I think that a lot of these, and I'm not saying every celebrity is like a scumbag, but it's like, you know, the way I see these celebrities, the way I look at them, like, it's like they feel privileged, like, it's like they feel like they're almost better than everybody, that they should, you know, put their problems on everybody else, and that everything that goes on in their life, the world revolves around them, and it's just, you know, I just cannot stand this elitism. That's just personally, I hate elitism. I hate when people think that they're better than other people, and it's just...
There are only two celebrities that I actually like. One of them is Elon Musk, who actually works to...
Elon Musk, I wouldn't really say he's a celebrity, even though posting
but
I would
still.
call him a businessman.
And Bill Gates.
I would call Musk a businessman.
Bill Gates donated 90% of his wealth to poor people.
Yeah, but Bill Gates and Elon Musk, I would not say that those people are celebrities. They're just businessmen. That's, you know, they run companies.
Yeah, but there are circumstances of which they get a lot of public, like, when they're doing business. So that's why I call them celebrities, because technically they do get a lot of media coverage.
Oh, and let me see. There's a few super chats I missed. I'm sorry about missing the super chats. Heli has been playing Subnautica. He got addicted. That's you mean Project Heli on that YouTuber? Well, I'm really happy for him, because I've noticed that he's more open to playing other games now, and so I'm really happy for him that he's, like, expanding his channel, and, you know, I wish him the best. What the hell is Crips doing? Okay. Did Crips just kill somebody?
Crips. The radio camp is getting raided.
Okay, thank you, and thank you, Dark, for that, V2 for that super chat, and thank you, M9 Chaka. If EA were to remaster Need for Speed Most Wanted, would you do a walkthrough like you've done for other games like GTA, Mafia, Hitman, etc.? I don't know, man, because I've never really been much into racing games. I do like the Burnout games, like, you know, Burnout 3, I think it was. That was, like, one racing game that I really liked as a kid, and I didn't even like it for the racing, I just liked it for the car crashes. But, I've never really been much into racing games. I did play Midnight Club 3. That was the other racing game I played a lot when I was a kid. That one I beat. I beat Midnight Club 3 when I was a kid. But the other ones, like, you know, I'd never really been much into racing. Midnight Club 3 has such an awesome soundtrack. I wish I could play it, but it's just the copyright, the Music Mafia would just claim all my videos.
You know, talking about copyright, you know what I thought? We had, like, a terror attack. I tell you about this, and this week. The guy was wearing a bulletproof vest with the Punisher symbol of it. I thought, like, filing copyright claim in the name of Marvel on the dead guy. After all, he executed a couple wearing a Marvel's vest. So, like,
well, that's
this could be funny. Like, the
it is really horrible that happened.
Yeah. Poor kids. one of them was 19, was an only child, and the other was 19 as well. She was a girl, his girlfriend. You know, I knew them. They served near my house.
Oh, Miracle kind of cares what I wanted. And thank you, gamer. Hi, Pro and chat. I just got home from my shift. Went good. Too tired to join the party chat tonight, so I'll stay in the stream chat for a little while. Well, thank you, gamer, for the super chat. $22 bounty. What the? What's going on over there? Thank you, David. Hey, Pro, what do you like to do when you're not playing games? Also, you should make a biography video on your past and how you got YouTube started. I could do something like that one day, David. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, I know what I was going. I was for an hour thinking about what I wanted to tell when we were doing the bounty. That you should continue the line where you did like a Dutch Vanderland character analysis. You remember that? It was like an hour-long video.
Yeah, that was one of my longest videos.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that maybe you should do those two other characters in Red Dead, like Micah or.
I was wanting to do one on Micah and on Strauss.
Even Molly O'Shea, like when did she became a snitch?
I do agree with you. Just offering a counterpoint. Thank you, Shotgun. But Molly never snitched though. She just pretended to snitch. Even Agent Milton said that she never said anything. And thank you, Kieran. Red Dead Redemption 2 deserves a PS5 upgrade. I think it does.
Just how, like, Eclipse did.
Most annoying GTA character in each game: GTA 4 Manny, GTA The Lost and Damned Brian, GTA The Ballad of Gay Tony, probably Evan, GTA 3 Maria, GTA Vice City, Lance, yeah, GTA San Andreas, most annoying character in San Andreas. I don't know. People would say Zero, but it's like I don't think Zero is really that annoying. But
the rapper, what's his name?
You mean Mad Dog? Oh no, OG Loke.
No,
OG
no,
Loke.
the other
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
OG
OG
Loke.
Loke.
Yeah, OG Loke. Liberty City Stories, the most annoying character, Maria again. Vice City Stories, Lance. Yeah, GTA 5, the most annoying character, Devin Weston.
Nah, there's gotta be one more annoying character than him.
Devin Weston, Aunt Denise,
He doesn't deserve to be there. He's so bad that he doesn't deserve to be on that list. What's the annoying character?
Right, I'm coming off, guys, so I shall see you all soon.
Oh, you're getting
Alright,
off?
take care, Harry.
Okay, yeah, I am, because it's
Yeah, good night.
2.
I'll see you, Henry. Take care, man.
Yeah,
Pro,
it's 4
See you later.
a.m. over here.
do you know about John
That's
Marston
over it.
Restoration Project? No, I don't know about that. What is that, microwave? The funniest thing I've ever seen? I don't know. I'd have to think. We need Ricky Gervais to roast these celebrities again. He made them look bad. I heard about that. I've never seen him do the roast, but I heard about that the celebrities really didn't like Ricky on Crips is Dead.
Yeah.
Yes, Molly was in
Mr.
love with
Villain
Dutch.
is friendly, by the
yes.
way.
She was angry. He was ignoring her. Thank you, Dreadnought Warrior, for the super chat. Thanks, man. Okay. Okay, let me get on over to, Blackwater here. Or actually, no, I'll go to my Moonshine Shack. No, Ken Rosenberg isn't annoying. You know, he was just panicking a lot. Ken Rosenberg was actually helpful.
Yeah.
That's fine, Dreadnought Warrior. My favorite RPG game? Probably Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was always my favorite Fallout game. Can I join the posse? Sure, you can, a specialist. Saucer, did you send Trio an invite?
Yonker said he was going to do that.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. To the party, to the posse.
We'll invite him to the, I guess to the posse, but he can join the party if he wants to.
Okay, I'm sending him an invite.
Bonjour. It is well to see you.
Oh, I don't got anything flavored here. I should probably, Hello,
This
Trio.
one will punch hard. Yes. this
To the
will
posse,
work
you should
very
invite
nicely.
Mike. I'll run into the session though.
Hello.
Oh, he's in the session. Hey, Trio.
Hi.
He's in the session. You just need to invite him.
I'll watch it, Mario. I killed Crips because he killed
Bro.
me when one of your guys tied me up for no reason. Oh.
You just need to invite Trio. He's in the posse. Yeah, in the session.
I mean, I don't really consider myself a celebrity, Nicholas. I get what you mean, but like, I don't really consider myself a celebrity. You know, I call myself a YouTuber, which I am, but I'm by no means a celebrity.
Hey, is
Rockstar
that
is my
okay
favorite
if I
company
invite
for 15
Carlos?
years. 15 years, and they had to screw it all up by being greedy. Up. Greed brings down a lot of companies.
Could I have a posse invite, please?
Oh, let me invite you to the posse. Just one moment here.
Yeah.
For April, almost done your Ace Attorney series, up to 39, and personally my top 5 games ever. I'm glad you enjoy it, Cast. I had so much fun playing the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Sorry for repeating, but why do you spoil the games you played during a series? And why is there beeping in the background? Also, will you play Project Wingman? The beeping is like, it's a little bit of like background noise from just my Yeti mic. I don't know what it does. It's probably something with the wiring, because when I recorded on my laptop, you know, back at my parents' house, because I have a laptop there, there's no beeping. But when I record on my desktop, there's a little bit of beeping, and I've tried my best to, like, you know, minimize it, but I cannot fully get rid of it sometimes. So I'm sorry about if that's annoying. And I don't really spoil my games when I'm playing through them. I just explain certain things as the story goes on, so that people, you know, understand what's going on. Because there's things that are, you know, just not a bit clear, and I thought that I would point things out. So like when people watch my playthroughs, people that watch my playthroughs typically most people at least have already played the game or seen somebody play it, so they know how the story goes. And so I'm just like pointing out certain things that like people might have missed, like this happens here, and a lot of people don't notice this or stuff like that. And so I don't try to spoil things. I hope that's not what you see it as, but I just try to point certain things out. And people like that when I, like, you know, comment on things and like explain things when I'm playing through it. Oh, really? The GTA Plus items have been in the game for years? I didn't even know that. But whatever. That makes it even less worth it. Yeah, that GTA Plus crap is garbage. I'm gonna say though that thank you also for who is this here? Let me see one moment here. Oh, hey, Pierston. I mean, yeah, we can invite you. And thank you for the super chat. I will join your party in spirit. Well, thank you, Manix, and thank you for sponsoring my channel again. Thank you, Eddie. I used to watch Ed and Eddie a lot when I was a kid. I lost it when you saw that upside down plane in GTA 5. It's almost as funny as the time when CJ went flying to that island and when that metal fence spazzed out in GTA 3 Definitive Edition. Yep. I'm probably gonna encounter some more ridiculous game-breaking bugs when I play through it, though. Rank own strong moonshine. Okay, let me see that. Moonshine bar of dance for 2 minutes and play with a band for 2 minutes. That's easy to do.
If I may, buying ingredients
I'm so hammered.
expensive at the moment.
Thank you, Austin, for subscribing.
I have been invited to the Moonshine show, please.
Sure. One moment.
1, 2, 3.
Is this posse, Okay.
Thank you.
Let me... Pro, do I think Liberty City will come to GTA 5 from all these rumors? I don't think it will since Rockstar became what they joked about in the past. I don't believe that Liberty City rumor stuff. I don't think it's reliable. And, like, look at how long it took them to make Cayo Perico along. Cayo Perico is, like, is such a... Cayo Perico is not even, like, a fraction of Liberty City.
Did they have to remake Liberty City for the Meltdown movie?
Play the piano here, get this daily challenge done. Thank you, Orange Jacket, for that super chat. Yeah, I gotta do Chinatown Wars, and I want to do GTA Advance one day too. What's my favorite game music? I think Watch Dogs 1 had my favorite soundtrack that I've seen. Watch Dogs 1 had a lot of songs that I liked. Thank you, Sam. I'll do a Watch Dogs 2 playthrough. Maybe one day, Luigi. Looks like you need to grind some money, not enough to buy things. So wait, there's nothing to buy. Yeah, there's nothing. There is almost nothing. There's probably a lot of clothes that I can get that I haven't bought, but like I have everything else. Like so, there's really no need for. There's really no need for me to get anything else. Like I have everything that my character needs, but I wish there was more stuff for me to buy. My favorite ads in GTA series, in GTA Liberty City Stories, there's a bunch of ads on the internet, like talking about how evil the internet is. They're pretty funny. What? Mr. Rawlfist. There's no evidence for this Liberty City DLC. Where is this Liberty City DLC rumor even coming from? Like, who started this rumor? Where is the source on this?
Mr. Boss for the win.
Who?
Mr. Boss for the win.
Mr. Boss is the source?
Yeah, he's done a
Mr.
video.
Boss for lose?
Is he really the source?
Yeah, he's done a video saying that it's coming.
I remember a few years ago you made like a video joking about Mr. Boss. Like a kind of a parody. You remember this?
Yes, I remember that.
That was funny.
He says it's coming in like June.
Where did the rumor come from? Who said it? Does anybody know the Liberty City rumor on GTA? Where did it start? Does anyone know the original source? Where did it come from?
Mr. Boss for the win done a video on his channel.
Guys, I'll tell you something. Owl YouTuber started the rumor. I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. I have a prediction about the next Reddit Online DLC, and it's not just a rumor; it's a fact. Because I know I'm 100% right on this. On the next GTA DLC, the next GTA Online DLC. You want to know what my prediction is? And you guys are gonna see I'm right on this. That I'm psychic. The next GTA DLC is gonna have new cars in it. That's my prediction. So the next GTA Online DLC will have new cars in it, and you'll see I'm right. I'll be right on that. And that's how I know I'm psychic. Is the next GTA DLC will have new cars. Thank you for sponsoring my channel, Luigi. Why don't you talk about rumors leaks on your channel, and why don't you wait until the official announces new game or DLC instead of random rumors and leaks? I mean, I think you know, Sam, it's because rumors and leaks are just unreliable. And also, guys, I'll make another prediction about the next GTA game. You want to know something? I'll actually make 3 predictions on the next GTA game. Actually, I'll make it 4. The next GTA game is going to be in a new city. That's my prediction. It's going to have new vehicles. It's going to have new characters. You're going to play as a criminal. And it's going to have new guns. And it's going to be open world. You see how psychic I am? That I can even predict what's in the next GTA game.
C'est parti.
Maybe I'd play LA Noire one day. If you had a team of modders and you were a professional modder, how would you overhaul the police dispatch in GTA 5? Go into detail. Thank you, JD. I mean, I'd like the police to be like a bit more realistic, that they respond if they see you or something, because I find it ridiculous that if you steal a certain amount of cars, even if there's no witnesses whatsoever, you're eventually going to get the cops on you. And also the fact that if you drive a stolen car past a police station, they just start shooting at you. It's like, how would they know that the car is stolen? Unless they had like an APB put out, but if you just stole it, nobody's reported it yet. So it's just,
Alright, we both know this is a risky business. I remember losing a month's supply to contamination one time, which hurt. But if I said I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, I'd be lying. So, could you pay our competitors a visit and maybe add a little
There's going to be new radio stations as well. You're probably correct on that, Bunny. You made an awesome prediction on the next GTA game. And, I'll thank you, Bunny, for the super chat. What I'll also say is the next GTA game is going to have a main antagonist. That's also another prediction I'll make.
Hey, Timmy.
Yeah. Lay down, down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Saucer, would you be able to invite Pierston to the party?
Yes. Give me a sec.
I'd love private service rented online. The next GTA will have annoying characters too. That's another great prediction, Mr. Waifu. Also, what I'll tell you about the next GTA game, guys, the next GTA game is gonna have a heist in it as well. That's another prediction I'm gonna make. Okay, gonna do this quietly.
Who's there? Hey, you turn around and leave already. Hey, we got him! What do you think you're doing here? Hey, you don't belong here. Whoa! Get your ass out of here! You want I make you leave, huh?
Let's see if I can do this quietly. great.
You got shit for brains?
Yeah, I watched some guy named It's Drama. You say that they DLC, but I don't believe that.
Just stop. I'm gonna read into this Liberty City crap like after the stream today, but like I don't believe it. Like I'm gonna see. I'm curious what the original source is on this. Like, does anybody know, like, in the comments, like, what is the actual, like, original source on the Liberty City League? Like, where, like, who is the one who started this rumor? Because I don't believe it. I think that it's all nonsense.
Yeah. What was that Mile High Club? Kill.
Oh, Saucer, get away from that. That's gonna explode. You might want to get your horse away from it, too.
What, is there more GTA 6 leaks that are probably a bunch of garbage?
There's a leak that's going around that the next DLC is going to be Liberty City, the map from GTA 4 for GTA Online.
Yeah, okay, that's Oh, sorry. For your horse.
Is it really Mr. Boss that's the source of the leak? Because if Mr. Boss is really the source of this leak, I really don't even like saying the guy's name. Like I don't think I even need to say more on that. I think you guys can
I would like to make a quick reminder of what the date is. What is today?
No, April Fools.
Yeah, is that related? Did it happen today?
No, this Liberty City thing, this Liberty City leak has been going on for days now. So it's not today.
Mr. Boss for the win made a video on it and it's like
I remember when Rockstar actually cared for April Fools and read it online. I remember like in 2020 they did Snow on April Fools in 2020, but then they completely forgot about doing that for the last 2 years on this game.
That kind of sucks.
I would have loved a snowstorm on this stream today, but it's just. With the 1-level mod, I have the News and FIB have their response, these response units as 5-star, Special, Tactical, and Heavy for News. SWAT and HRT for FIB. Oh, okay. I remember the FBI were always I thought the FBI was always the scariest, like, enemies in, like, a GTA game that you fought. Like, I thought the FBI was even scarier than the military that you fought in, like, in GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, because when the military spawned, they drove those big barracks trucks around, and so, like, it was easy to dodge them, and easy to avoid them, and easy to avoid tanks. But, like, when you had, like, 5 stars with the FBI, they would ram you with, like, in Vice City, they rammed you with, like, the SUVs, and they would get out and just spam you with MP5s. And then in like in GTA 3, they rammed you with the Kurumas. They had the Kurumas, and they would just get out and spam you with submachine guns. And then in San Andreas, what did they drive in San Andreas? But it was I thought the FBI was always more of a threat than the army in the GTA games. They just rammed into you, and they would just spam submachine guns into your car until you blew up.
My hard glove and Phil still ain't built for like 9 years.
Sub-professional, to be honest, in regards to the whole GTA Plus BS, it's optional for now, but how long do you think it'll be before this optional service becomes mandatory? Truly, their hubris is innumerable. Well, thank you, Noxious Gaming, but, what I'll say is that, I don't think that they will make it mandatory, but what they're probably gonna do is they're probably gonna make it so that you miss out on a lot of stuff if you don't have the GTA Plus thing. But I've already taken a stand against this, and I will repeat what I've said, guys, is I am not buying GTA Plus by any means whatsoever. I refuse. Even if, and I know what some people are going to say, but professional, what if the next DLC is locked behind GTA Plus? What if there's certain cars or heists or whatever that you can only unlock with GTA Plus? Are you going to buy it then so you can cover the DLC? No, I'm not. If the next GTA Online DLC is locked behind GTA Plus, and there's certain things in the DLC that I can't access, like guns, cars, or missions, or whatever else might be locked behind it, I just won't cover it. And for people that'll ask me, I'll just upload a video and say, hey, I'm not covering this because of GTA Plus. Not that I'm greedy or anything. I could pay for GTA Plus, but it's just I refuse on principle grounds because I think it's not necessary. I think it's stupid, and I think it's them trying to milk the game as much as humanly possible. I mean, how stupid is this? Some games have a subscription service. They create the subscription service like a year or two after the game came out. But this game has been out for the multiplayer has been out for 8.5 years. 8.5 years on 3 console generations, and now all of a sudden they're just introducing a damn subscription service? What the hell? Like, sorry if I'm just yelling here, but it's just, damn. What the hell is wrong with them? Is this mission glitched out?
I don't know. A good thing about you just ignore the clip bears. Don't listen to them. They just lie. That's all of us do.
And honestly, like, I'm gonna tell you this. Any creator that like makes like that buys like the GTA Plus thing, I'm not I have nothing against creators that buy it. So if there's like a certain YouTuber that buys it so that they can cover content, okay, that's their choice. You know, I'm not really blaming them. But I'm just explaining you why why I'm not purchasing it myself. What I would tell you guys is, if there's any GTA YouTuber that you like, and they're buying like the GTA Plus thing, just like tell them that you're not gonna be pissed at them if they don't get GTA Plus. Because some GTA YouTubers think that they need GTA Plus to keep their audience happy, just so that they can cover like certain things. But I'm saying nobody is gonna be pissed off at you that you don't get GTA Plus if you're a YouTuber. It's like you know, that would be stupid. It's like, what, you don't get this greedy subscription service? Somebody's gonna be pissed at you. I had one person that got pissed at me. I saw a comment saying like, oh, you're selfish for not getting GTA Plus because I want to see what's in it and stuff like that. Like, I saw a comment like that. And I'm like, seriously, like, I'm selfish because I'm not buying GTA Plus? So I saw like one comment, one guy getting pissed at when I said I'm not buying GTA Plus, but it was just like, I just don't think that it's worth it. And make sure that whatever YouTuber that you watch, just tell them that, like, you know, you're not gonna be pissed at them for not buying GTA Plus. Just let them know that they don't need to buy GTA Plus. But still, I don't have anything against, like, the creators that do get it, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, my personal thing, I'm refusing to get it. And the thing is, I'm just happy my channel is not dependent on GTA Online content. I can make, like, other games, and, you know, still, you know, I still get people that watch my channel, still get subscribers and stuff, and I'm still growing constantly. You know, I'm about to hit 1,025,000 subscribers. I know that you guys see 1,020,000 when you look at my channel, but the YouTube thing only updates when updates, like, every 10,000, but from my end, it's 1,024,000 right now. About to hit 1,025,000.
Yeah, I gotta go to the GTA Plus. Yeah, it looks.
Thank you, Surprise Doll. I play with everyone online. I don't understand. What's my favorite radio station logo from the series? I'd say, yeah, Liberty Rock Radio. I like that one a lot. I also like the beat in GTA 4's their and Vladivostok. Oh yeah, Vladivostok. I like their symbol, and Radio Broker with the bridge. I like that one too. Your favorites are Liberty Rock, IF99, Flash FM, KDST, and Bounce FM. All great stations. Can somebody lower that in the background? I just hear a video playing in the background on my end.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Yeah.
It just kicked me out.
They kicked you out of what?
It kicked me out of the wardrobe.
Oh, it's because I started up a bounty. I didn't know that you were in a wardrobe. I'm sorry.
That's right.
The old Vladivostok, of course. Yeah, the old Vladivostok. I don't like the new one.
There should make a DLC about Mile High Club. What you say?
It's going good, Mirror Cool Tech.
Mile High Club, you know, like the construction site.
The what?
Right across the Mile High Club.
I don't know what that is.
The construction site, right across the dealership.
The construction building?
Yeah.
What about it?
You know how long that they built?
Yeah, but the thing is, that building will never be finished. The construction building in GTA 5, because there's a lot of missions that take place there. So that's the reason that how would those missions work now? Unless they deleted those missions.
Oh, okay.
go into first person here. Also, does anyone need help selling anything, like a moonshine, a trader, you know, anything like that?
I got a trade up.
I'm
got a
almost
trader?
done with that.
I do.
Who's that?
Me.
That's Brandon.
Okay. Look at that, 3 headshots, right? See that? I've been getting much better with first-person mode.
I might need help selling my moonshine, but I might need to check this. I can't remember if it's still on.
Oh,
I save you.
yeah, this is probably my favorite revolver in the game. Even though it's the oldest revolver, but this revolver is so out of date by this time period. What the?
He just got all of the clips.
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
saw that too. That was just what the. I played the physical copy of GTA 4 as well, Mario.
What? I'll tell you all that. No. Okay, the time. Okay.
Hell, mister!
Wow.
You better not disappoint me, feller. What the?
Okay, we gotta get him back before this timer runs out. Did I see your last super chat? No, I didn't, Sam. Let me take a look. I think Rockstar and Take-Two will add goofy nonsense to GTA Online, just like how Volition did to Saints Row 3 and 4. They've already have. I mean, what is the Oppressor Mark II and the Oppressor Mark II, the Orbital Cannon, and the Deluxe Zone, the Oppressor? You know, it's Saints Row. GTA is copying Saints Row at this point. It's kind of funny how the a lot of the hardcore GTA fanboys that constantly kept saying that Saints Row copied GTA, refusing to admit that GTA Online is now copying Saints Row.
But hey, the DJ.
Oh yeah, we're in a party chest.
I makes the GTA comes like I did all pirates did that.
Has any new content been added to Reddit Online? Nope, nothing.
Right to this point, but that.
And I remember the Statue of Liberty. That was also the heart with that. I remember that, Mario.
I want to talk to players in the piss me off or betray me.
Rockstar has finally slapped the GTA community in the face. Well, they have kind of slapped the GTA community in the face already with the Definitive Edition. What I'll say is that, a lot of like GTA players out there, they refuse to support Reddit Online. And the thing is, though, is I'm not even saying that people had to play Reddit Online to support, say, Reddit Online. Because there's plenty of people that I've seen comments of that say, I don't play Reddit Online, but I feel sorry for you guys, and you guys should get a DLC. And they would just retweet, say, Reddit Online. And that's fine. But there's other people out there that not only did they refuse to support Reddit Online, Save Reddit Online, but they slandered Save Reddit Online. They insulted Reddit Online fans, made fun of them. That happened a lot. They were just basically, you guys know what I'm talking about. These stupid comments, these idiotic comments that I would see that people would just post saying, you know, Rockstar is a business professional and their goal is to make money. So then therefore it's logical for Rockstar just to screw over Reddit Online and make content for GTA Online because that's their cash cow. Well, guess what? That argument has now completely backfired in their face because those same people that were saying it was good for Rockstar to screw Reddit Online because GTA Online makes more money, Rockstar can now turn around and say it's good for business to make GTA Plus because it makes us money. It's good for business to re-release GTA 5 as GTA 5 expanded and enhanced. it's good for business not to release GTA 6, but instead to constantly milk GTA Online. You see where I'm going with this? And so these people will selectively attack Red Dead Online. And so now they've seen Rockstar's greed firsthand. And so that was the point that I was making basically with my tweets, is that these guys had slandered Save Red Dead Online. These GTA Online fanboys had slandered Save Red Dead Online. They insulted fans that all fans wanted was just a Red Dead Online DLC. I've seen stupid comments of people spreading false misinformation about Save Red Dead Online, where GTA Online fanboys were posting comments saying, oh, the Red Dead community, their goal is to kill GTA Online. They want GTA Online to receive no DLCs. No? Who is calling for GTA Online to receive no more DLCs? What people are calling for is for a DLC for Red Dead Online, just for Red Dead Online to get some attention. That's it. Is that really so bad? Just to ask for a DLC for Red Dead Online? And is it so difficult? Is it so hard for people just to admit that Rockstar is neglecting Red Dead Online? But nope, these people, and there was also YouTubers that engaged in this and refused to and attacked, Save Red Dead Online and all this other stuff, and now it's backfired in their face. So
Rockstar's very lazy right now.
We in the Red Dead community, we tried to warn the GTA Online fanboys. We told them that if Rockstar is going to screw Red Dead Online over this bad, you're going to see, they're going to screw over GTA Online, and they're going to screw over the GTA community. And they were like, haha, it's not going to happen. Rockstar supports GTA Online way more than Red Dead Online. They're not going to screw them over. Well, you did get screwed over. The GTA Online community got screwed over. They didn't get screwed over the same way that Red Dead Online got screwed over. Red Dead Online got screwed over for not having content. GTA Online got screwed over by GTA Plus. Now you're going to have exclusive things that are going to come out every month for people that just have the membership. And how are DLCs going to look? Do you think this is going to stop at DLCs? When DLCs come out, there's going to be so many exclusive items on GTA Plus that's only going to be available for that. And so you're going to see, these GTA Online fanboys that are raging about this, they should have stood with the Red Dead community. And I understand it probably wouldn't have made a difference, but they should have stood with the Red Dead community at least on that, because we were warning them that this is the direction that Rockstar was headed in, but there's a lot of people that didn't want to listen. And no, I'm not attacking GTA fans when I say all this. That's not what I'm doing. I'm criticizing GTA fanboys. There's a difference between a GTA fanboy and a GTA fan. I'm a GTA fan. Most people watching are GTA fans as well. A fanboy is somebody that defends Rockstar no matter what. So a fanboy is going to be there and they're going to defend Rockstar on GTA Plus. They're going to defend Rockstar on screwing Red Dead Online. That's what a fanboy does. They defend a company no matter what. So there's a difference between a fan and a fanboy. But the fanboys will tell you that I'm attacking GTA fans. That's not what I'm doing. I'm criticizing the fanboys. So that's just what I'll tell you about this thing that's going on right now.
Oh, Pro, I'll be going now.
Okay, I'll see you, Jonathan. They were hoping, and what I'll tell you is, guys, I'll tell you something else about this. The real reason. Do you know the real reason that there are so many GTA fanboys that refuse to support Save Red Dead Online? Do you know why that was? Do you know why there was even YouTubers that refused to even mention the Save Red Dead Online thing? Do you know why? Why they refused to support Save Red Dead Online? Why they even slandered it? The real reason is because they're scared that GTA Online is going to get less attention. They're hoping that Rockstar completely kills off Red Dead Online. They completely kill this game off, and they're hoping that with that, GTA Online is going to get more DLCs. But now you got your answer. Rockstar has completely killed off Red Dead Online, and instead of GTA Online getting more content now you got GTA Plus. So for the people that were hoping that Red Dead Online dies, that GTA Online gets more content, I hope you're happy now that with your GTA Plus. That's what I'll say to those people. Let me see the comments here. You missed my last chat. 5 stars. I'm sorry, JD. 5 stars, FBI duelist agents with micro SMGs. 6 stars, Bravo soldiers responding Patriots with M4s and dual pistols. That would actually make them scarier than the FIB. If they actually drive around in SUVs and Patriots, yeah. Is this like something that's available on the as a PC mod for this police overhaul system? What is the worst game developer to respond back to fans? EA, you don't like it, don't buy it, or Volition, haters gonna hate?
Do you not have phones?
House Saints Row.
Oh,
Is
that one. Yeah, that was the worst one. Yeah, you're right, Timmy. The worst time a developer how they responded to their fans was the Diablo thing. What's the company that makes Diablo? What are they?
I don't remember. Oh, Blizzard,
I don't
right?
know.
What is it?
Yeah, it's Blizzard. Yeah,
Okay, so
Saucer knows it.
Okay, so there's Blizzard is the worst one because they announced Diablo. They got the Diablo fans like really excited. I don't even play Diablo, but I know this. They got the Diablo fans so excited, and then they were saying then they said Diablo Mobile. That was their thing, Diablo Mobile. And the thing is, the audience went completely silent, and the guy's like, "Do you guys not have phones?" That was like a very
actually, one other thing about that, real quick. Someone actually got on mic and said, "Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?"
Yes, I remember that. I remember that guy too. But also Blizzard has another scummy thing they did.
Oh right, the sexual harassment stuff going
yes,
on. That too.
That was really bad too. And then the
Which, by the way, someone did the forever sleep because of it.
They it's just horrible. I feel so bad for the people that were just involved in that. Blizzard just a scummy company in general. There was that other controversy also where they defended the government of China. I don't know if you remember that one. There was like the player, like that one guy, he won some tournament, BlizzCon I think it was. He won some tournament and some prize. I think he was gonna win like $10,000 or something like that. And he just said free Hong Kong at the end of it when he was getting his prize, and they like completely censored that. And they were trying to deny him the prize money, but then I think he eventually did get the prize money. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But and then like Blizzard was saying the reason that they censored him was because they don't allow political statements. But I wouldn't even say really that was like a political statement. That was just him basically just saying to like a dictatorship that it wasn't right what they were doing in Hong Kong, something that everybody can agree with, pretty much. And yet the real reason they were doing it was because they were scared that Blizzard was gonna not allowed to operate in China. That was the real reason. And so they screwed over freedom of speech. They screwed over this guy, just for that.
Hope you liked it. Thank you for the time, ladies and gents.
I dodged that.
GTA Online used to be in the same state like Reddit Online in 2013, 2015. Yup, you're right. GTA Online did not become the game it is today until all of the the heists came out. That was it.
Do you want to help Brandon?
Yeah, we'll help Brandon in one moment. GTA Online is going to be a subscription only soon enough. I really hope not, but you know, it's like I
You already pay a subscription and pay online, be it on Xbox or PlayStation,
yes,
the online service.
I'll tell you this, like I am so happy that I don't support GTA Online as much anymore. Like I'm just so happy that I've moved my channel over to other games, like just because of just this stuff that's going on right now with GTA Online, and it's just.
Imagine GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 1 has a remaster. Like GTA Trilogy did get those.
Why did Rockstar mention the new GTA that's being created, but they haven't said anything about it since? Like, it's proved to be damage control.
Wait, what? What did you say?
So they confirmed a new GTA being made, as we all know, but they haven't mentioned it again since, so that just proves that it was damage control.
Your whisper quiet, dude.
Yeah, if you could turn up your mic a little bit, I'm just
Well, I mean, you can go in the party and bump them up manually. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me just increase it a little bit here. Yeah, what were you saying now again?
So they announced the new GTA game is being created when Safe Red Dead Online was trending.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're saying now. Yeah, damage control. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So something to keep in mind though on that, they said GTA, which doesn't necessarily mean GTA 6. There are spin-off titles.
But the fact of the matter is now that Red Dead Online, Safe Red Dead Online is back on.
Yeah.
They're not talking about it anymore.
It doesn't matter what game you're playing, like, people are constantly saying that. They like being playing GTA, or Red Dead. It doesn't matter what you're playing.
Yes, it's called the wanted level editor, where you can edit what unit comes after you on each star, and you can go to overkill and have 12 stars. Wow, that'd be scary. 12 stars.
Watch out, there's an ambush.
Wait, what happened?
There's an ambush.
Okay, can I get an invite to the posse, by the way? Oh, I think I did. Okay, there it is. Hello, Chaz.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Well,
No, I don't play poker in real life. Rockstar even blocked me from posting Save Red Dead Online on their channel. What? They have? Really? And when you say channel, what do you mean? The YouTube channel, or?
I've seen people put comment filters on their channels before, so I guess they could have done it.
My God, how many are there?
Okay, let me get on over there and help you out.
These ambushes are annoying right now.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
Red Dead
Waifu. I
Online.
said it once before, but Rockstar fanboys stating that Red Dead Online getting neglected eerily reminds me of Lance stating why he betrayed Tommy as business. Brian Jeremy too defending GT Online blindly no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, the GT Online fanboys defending Rockstar are kind of like Brian defending Billy in The Lost and Damned.
God. Belgrade's an idiot.
Do I lost all respect to Volition? Not entirely, because Volition, from what I've seen, Volition doesn't have a history of doing greedy things like Rockstar. It's just they're just going in a wrong direction with their games.
Look at my horse right now. Look at this.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
I can't stop.
Hang on over to this,
Come here. Look, my horse is freaking out right now.
Thank you, DHC. At this point, it's not worth playing GT Online. I've been using my spare time to finish Tub Turok 2. Yeah, I mean, I play a lot of other games now. I've probably, you know, I have had probably double and triple the amount of time Red Dead Online in like the last 2 years than I have on GT Online at this point. Even though GT Online had like 460 days played, like I have barely played it like not that much. I've been playing it more now because of like GTA 5 that released on PS5. I made a new character because I was bored. I didn't want to lose my PS4 character either because a lot of my friends still play on PS4, but you know, I play Red Dead Online way more than I play GT Online now. But thank you, DHC, for that super chat. Red Dead Redemption 2
I'll let you know if this goes in 22.
Wait, what?
Whose goes in 22 minutes.
Okay, let's start this sale then now, so we can get to Fool's Gold.
Okay.
Would you ever play the Arkham games?
Would I play the what?
The Batman Arkham games. The Batman Arkham games.
Maybe one day.
There's 3 of them, right?
4. Yeah.
4. Alright.
What will be more terrifying, marshals coming at you with melee weapons or martial shotgun knights? And what would they come in? I don't know. What would marshals driving in? Possibly unmarked cars.
Oh crap. Island Ranch. Not far.
Yeah, this should be an easy drive.
Whoa. We need to watch though.
Whoa,
There's
whoa,
players
whoa,
around.
whoa.
Oh!
Careful, careful, careful.
What happened?
Somebody,
What the heck?
somebody's horse jumped.
Preston.
Somebody's horse jumped in front of the wagon, and I didn't stop because I just didn't have enough time to stop, and the bags just,
I think it was Preston.
I mean,
Yeah,
Brandon, at this point, you probably just want to close your app because we're literally right at the start. I would do that if I was you.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
That is a giga oof, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, it was an accident, so whatever. But just, well, say when I'm driving, just please do not get in front of me like that because I'm not gonna stop the wagon. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine.
What are the Leone shotguns for added to Reddit Online? Well, they have the trench gun, which is the pump action shotgun, which is kind of like that, I guess. But yeah.
Oh.
Why you can't stop complaining about exclusives? I mean, I don't really complain about that much about exclusives, but I just say I think everybody should be able to play them.
All I had to my camp.
I look forward to more lore videos coming. Thank you, Josh.
I didn't go to my camp and said I got carried good.
Will you be doing the Strangers and Freaks missions on the GTA playthrough?
You
With
made
the
a
funny
super
story?
chat, JX? I didn't see it. I don't. If I missed anybody's super chat, I apologize. Every game should have the Leone shotguns. Yeah, no thank you. I'm talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, and also enemies can instant kill you with melee weapons if you're aiming with a gun. In Red Dead Redemption 2, yes, enemies can instantly kill you with a melee weapon.
I was there.
Yeah, I see it.
Did Brandon start with the posse?
Yeah, I think I accidentally left the lobby by accident. I joined the thing, the posse.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is what happens when I play too much Sniper Elite. I have no life with the sniper rifles.
I joined your posse, it just got reloading.
There we go.
Kind of weird that this would be happening with a Carcano, but
I'm saying I can drive the bag
I
in.
sniped a lot of guys. Okay. Why are some people defending GTA Plus? Because they have no idea what they're talking about. For the people that say that it's only $6 a month, you don't understand. This is just the beginning.
Just wait until they make a multi-tier.
And imagine they add certain weaponized vehicles to the thing, and then people start blowing people up with the vehicles they have exclusively from the GTA Plus. It's just, I can imagine that would be a major problem.
You want to spit it out,
No, I don't want to spend a night in jail, thank you.
The what is it?
Brandon, are you rejoining me?
I joined the new lobby.
We all joined.
I didn't
Brandon.
invite.
Coming. How long until the Fool's Gold now?
15.
15 minutes? Okay, if I join and we just instantly sell, I think we can make this.
You get about like 3 or 4 minutes leeway after the fact, I believe.
Do you think that people complain too much about how bad the U.S. supposedly is, even though it's one of the best countries to live in? Just look at China. Thank you for the super chat, Mario, and a great question. Yes, I think that people do complain too much about, you know, the U.S. We have problems in America. We do. We're not a perfect country. You know, bad things do happen. There is corruption. You know, there are some, you know, problems in society. But America is just one of the best places to still live in the world. And like people that say that it's one of the worst countries to live in, that's not true. You know, I love my country. I grew up here. I didn't grow up in any other country, to be fair, but I still like my country, and I'm happy living here, and I like it. And the thing is though, when I grew up in New York, you know, I liked it when I was younger, but like, you know, as you know, city got bigger, and you know, I started experiencing taxation when I was like, you know, older and stuff. I didn't like New York as much, and so I moved to like a different part of the country, and I like it here a lot. So it's just you know, people a lot of times take things for granted, and they don't realize that like in a lot of other countries, there's people that don't have much. And like my dad, when he was when I was growing up as a kid, my dad would always say to me, he says that you kids in this country don't know how lucky you are. When I was growing up, we barely had anything to eat, because like when my dad was growing up, my dad grew up under communism, and so like my dad, when like in his country when he was growing up, it was like he had to wait at like a line at like 5 o'clock in the morning at a supermarket, and so the government under communist system rationed everything, and they would just give you basically ration cards, and they would like tell you can only buy this amount of milk and this amount of meat, and even so when you go to the supermarket, it's not always there. And so like the supermarkets were different in like communist countries, where it was like a big like, you know, counter that you would go to, but there was some things on the shelf but barely there, and like people would oftentimes argue over it, fight over it, and it just wasn't good. So like, you know, people a lot of times, I do think they take things for granted, and you know, like I said, America's not a perfect country. There are things we can do better, but at the end of the day, I think that it's still one of the best places to live in, and like I'm disgusted by people when they say that it's like the worst country to live in.
Oh yeah, people don't realize on average. Sorry, go on.
Is Poland the country you're talking about?
Listen, and she said, if they make a DLC with new property, the best way to fund it is to heist. But
Did you go?
Honestly, the marshals with melee weapons would be a lot more scary because they come in groups of 8 to 16 riders, meaning they can overwhelm you quickly. Oh, you mean in Red Dead, JD? I'm just a little confused. I'm sorry. I knew we were just talking about GTA a bunch. But yeah, I would be, I guess, pretty scary, and especially me playing on free aim, it'd be even scarier. I agree with the complaining. Canada has problems too, but I'd rather live there over Zimbabwe, Turkmenistan, Eritrea, Myanmar, and North Korea. And the thing is, all of those countries are dictatorships, like Zimbabwe, Turkmenistan, Eritrea, Myanmar, and North Korea. Zimbabwe got rid of Robert Mugabe, which was the dictator there, but I don't know how their new government is right now. Turkmenistan, Turkmenistan is the second most unfree country in the world behind North Korea. A lot of people don't know that dictatorship. If you want to know how psycho the dictatorship in Turkmenistan is, the country is starving, and meanwhile the dictator of the country makes rap music videos. Not joking. He actually made a video of him and his grandson doing rapping on TV, and he did like a video where he like sings on TV. So you just look that up. Turkmenistan dictator sings on national TV, and it's that's a real thing. It's a country in Central Asia. 5 million people. Not a lot of people know about that dictator. You know, Eritrea. That's a dictatorship in Eastern Africa. It used to be part of Ethiopia. Eritrea has a very scary policy where every single person has to be part of the military. So there's forced conscription for everybody, and people spend decades of their life in the military. and it's like it's one of the worst places ever to live. Myanmar, another dictatorship that's in Southeast Asia, they had a coup like over a year ago, and they've been led by a military junta since, which is basically just a bunch of generals that are just dictating to you. And North Korea, I don't think I really need to even explain. So it's just those are some of the worst countries ever to live in.
Have you seen the video from North Korea when one of the dictators dies for the cry and if they don't, they'll be punished?
Yeah, and the thing is, the North Korea actually had like what was it? Kim Jong-il died in December of 2011, and he in December of 2021, North Korea had like a policy that people could not laugh for like 11 days because of just to mourn Kim Jong-il's 10-year passing.
Yeah, I watched the news that 40-year-old kid got killed on a roller coaster, I believe.
Now, Australia's a great place to live, and sure, we have our problems, but compared to other places, it's a utopia. And it's like I said, like people don't realize just like people don't realize just like in a lot of their the things that they take for granted, they don't realize just there's a lot of people in the world that don't have those things, and it's not common available to them. And like I see these people that like they say like fast food is so disgusting and everything like that, but at least be happy that you have food like this and that you're able to try food like this. There's other countries where people don't have any food, so it's just people take things for granted a lot of times.
There are still plenty of places that exist today that for you to survive day to day, you pretty much have to go hunting for your food. You can't go to the store and do a bit of grocery shopping, or at least not enough to survive on. You have to go and get it.
My parents growing up, I wouldn't say that my parents were strict, because they gave me a lot of freedom, and generally I could play whatever video games that I wanted. I could hang out late with my friends on Friday nights. So my parents weren't very controlling, but my parents were very like when it came to food, my parents were always like, don't waste food. Like that was like a big thing of my parents. Like that was one thing that like really irritated my parents, is like if I ever as a kid wasted food, or I didn't eat something, they wouldn't like get really pissed off at me, but they'd get irritated. And so that was like and it was because my parents, when they were growing up, they had almost no food, and so they just absolutely hate wasting any kind of food. And that was just that.
It was practically a sin to waste food.
Thoughts on the American dream? Thank you for the super chat, Bunny. I mean, I think I think that today it's a lot more harder to be successful than it was back in I'd say decades ago, 1990s, early 2000s, inflation in the economy. But I generally still believe that if people work hard and they push themselves, like I think that they can do well for themselves. Like me, I thought that I wasn't going to be very successful in life. Like I always had good grades in school. I was in honors and like that, and I did well in college. But even so, I didn't think that I was going to be very successful in my life. I wanted to actually be a police detective. And police detectives do not make very good money. Well, it depends on the state, but it generally don't make very good money. And so I never wanted to even be a police detective for, just the money. I wanted to be a police detective because I just wanted to stop bad people. But, yeah, and then eventually I became a YouTuber. And so, like, I never imagined this, that, like, if you told me 10 years ago that I'd have, like, a channel of over 1 million subscribers and that I'd be very successful, I'd tell you, that's nonsense. I probably wouldn't. But, here I am. So, and it's because I spent so much time working on my channel and, putting a lot of effort into it. There's some people that I know of, unfortunately, there's some people that were not very nice to me. Some people that I know in real life that were not very nice to me about my channel, and they basically told me that I don't have a real job and that all I do is I just play video games. But they don't understand, the years that I've put into my channel and, the hard work that I've done and, the countless nights not sleeping much, editing videos all night. It's much better than, my retail job, 100%. When I used to work in a store, but it's still it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy. I can do it on my schedule, which is nice, but some of those projects that I make, those lore videos that I make that are over an hour long, those aren't easy to make. Those like take me weeks to put it together. So it's just
What made you become a YouTuber?
What?
In the first place? What made you become a YouTuber in the first place?
I didn't. It's not that I became a YouTuber. It just happened. Like I never went into YouTube thinking, you know, I'm gonna be a YouTuber of like 1 million subscribers. I never went into that mindset. It was always like YouTube was just something I started for fun and I did as like a hobby. That was just it. And then one day it just blew up and I did more and more and it turned from a hobby into a job and a hobby. On the topic of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa isn't so different than Mugabe. He just does the same things as before, and there's still ongoing oppression. Yep. And it's like I said, there's like a lot of, thank you, Mr. Waifu. There's like a lot of countries in the world where and Brandon, when you see that just start up the Fool's Gold when you're ready, Brandon.
Yes, I'll wait 4 more minutes.
Okay. But yeah, it's just like, you know, I'll tell you something, guys. I you know, there is like what made me not take for granted was electricity. Electricity, I believe, is something that every single person on this planet should have easy access to, and it's like electricity is something that I have not taken for granted, because in 2012 my view on electricity has changed so much, because what happened was in 2012 there was Hurricane Sandy in New York when I was like, how old was I? I was 18. Yeah, I was 18 about, and so what happened was we didn't have electricity for 3 weeks in my house, and so what happened was we had warm water, at least there was that, but it got cold. And, you know, normally I don't care, you know, much for the cold. You know, I live in the Midwest now, which is way colder than New York. It's much more colder than where I grew up in New York. So the winter outside does not bother me too much. But, you know, eventually it's going to get to a point where even the people that are used to the cold are going to get pissed if it gets, like, if it's, you know, unbearable. And so what happened was it got to, like, 30 degrees, 35 degrees in my room, you know, at that point. This was like late October, early November, right after the hurricane, and so I was like shivering under blankets, basically, like that. It was not a fun experience. It was just terrible. And I ended up sleeping in the basement, and I slept in the basement, like down in like the cellar, because it was actually warmer there than it was in my room, which was upstairs.
Interesting.
And so I couldn't, like, it got me, like, you know. But after that point, I never took electricity for granted. I was like, you know, and there's like a lot of people in the world that don't have electricity. They don't have you know, availability to this stuff. So it's something that we have common here in America, but there's a lot of people in the world that don't have, you know, access to electricity or other stuff. But, you know, not having it for 3 weeks, you know, drove me mad. And so it wasn't I didn't even care about, like, you know, I didn't even care about playing games or anything like that. I didn't care about that. I just wanted the heat to be on. That's all I cared about. But it was just, you know, not having the heat on for 3 weeks, you know, drove me mad. And,
I found out later, I just killed my accident.
whenever you're ready, Brandon, it starts. Just put us in it.
Yeah. In another 2 minutes.
I mean, it's really horrible what China is doing to the Uyghur people, Mario.
Yep, no one talks about that genocide, they just kind of let it go, at least the mainstream.
There we go, got the last guy there. Have you tried any funny glitches? I've never tried the bridge glitch. I wanted to do that, but I never got around to it. That's the one where you just got up in the air and red dead.
The move actually did that rank glitch. I mean that rank glitch.
That's the Granger that does the launch thing, right?
Then
Oh, no, you're talking about Red Dead. Sorry, I was thinking GTA for some reason. Didn't they nerf the bridge glitch and make it less effective at some point?
I think they just straight up patched it, if I remember.
The swing set glitch in GTA 4, I messed around with that. That's where you make the car go flying. I never did any money glitches, but, you know, glitches that would make my character go flying back. I have messed with that just to, you know, make my character go flying in the sky.
I know ragdoll glitches are always entertaining.
There's the one with a vehicle in the new GTA that Gilly Master has showcased.
Yes,
Hey, Pro, I work in retail.
The Granger 3600.
1 second. I work in retail, and my boss never taught me how to use the photo machine, and she told me I couldn't go on break because I don't know how. What do you think I should do? Is this... This sounds very similar to my experience, David. This is real what you're telling me? Because this sounds just like what I said, but I'm not doubting what you're saying. But this exact same thing happened to me. You know, when I was working in retail, photo machine was not photo machine. There was a photo machine that would copy pictures, and the and what happened was you know, customers would make different photo orders, stuff like that, and the people that I worked with, they never wanted to show me how to use the photo machine. They would always say, oh, next time, I don't have time right now. They would never show me how to use it. And that's one of the things I despised about working in retail is they would never, has anybody noticed that like you work in these places like in retail and fast food, they never teach you how to do certain things. Like they never teach you, they never take out like a specific time of the day, just teach you how to do certain things. And what happens is, then they expect you to actually do it. So they never teach you how to do it, and then they expect you to do it, and then when you tell them you don't know how to do it, they get all pissed off at you and blame you for it. And that.
Oh, you can't learn by osmosis? You're an idiot.
That thing happened, and the thing is, to me, is I used to have like, what's the word? I'm trying to remember what the word is called. Is it self-esteem? Is that the word that I'm thinking of? But I didn't.
Self-respect, self-esteem.
I didn't know how to stand up for myself. That's what I'm saying, and people would roll over me. So people would yell at me for something that's completely not my fault, and I didn't know how to stand up for myself or defend myself, and I would just sit there and take it. And basically, you know, this same crap happened to me, where you know, the supervisor that I had, you know, I really didn't like her, but she got all pissed off at me for not knowing how to use the photo machine. And she told me that, like, she told me to help a customer, and I said I don't know how to use the photo machine, and she got all mad at me over that. And there was another incident, but the instance with the brake one. What happened to me was when I finally did learn how to use the photo machine, there was an incident where one person was at the counter at the front of the store, called for backup.
The guy with armor.
That's when you're supposed to come and like help the person on the register when there's like a long line.
Oh,
and so,
come on!
Let me get this guy with the armor here.
Yeah,
don't use incendiary rounds because that's kind of cheap unless they use it first on you. But what the? There's lag. What? Okay, I'm experiencing lag right now.
I don't care. Like you said, I used to.
I don't know what's going on here, but look, she told me I should know how to, even though she never taught me when she was supposed to. Look, and David, what I'll tell you right now is that if this is like a job that you like, if this is like a job that you really need, then, like, you know, probably best not to say anything to her and just look for another job. And the second you find another good job, just get the hell out of there. But if this is like a job that you don't really need, you know, this is just a job you're just doing, you know, high school or college work, you know, to pay for that stuff, you know, just say to her, like, you never taught me how to use this. What the hell do you expect me to do? Because that's honestly, if I was working right now, that's exactly what I would say. because back then I just took it and I just had them yell at me for, you know, how do you not know how to use photo machine? Maybe you never showed me.
Oh
it.
no!
And there was just you
Dominic.
know, these managers in
Oh, come
retail,
on.
these managers in retail are some of the biggest
They got-
scumbags. It's just
That's not good. He got me right there.
going to get this armor
Let's
right
get
now.
him.
What?
The guy was using and use that the arrow that you get on fire. Go away.
He's
There,
using.
Go away.
He's just he wants his friend to get the armor. He's not getting it. He's running dual pistols, and he hit me with perfect accuracy there. But so get this. Back to my story. Is a big line formed at the front, and the girl that was on the cash register called me for backup. But the thing is, I couldn't help her with backup. And the reason I couldn't help her is because I was helping another customer at the exact same time, and I was helping with the photo machine. And company policy clearly stated that you cannot go and help another coworker and help another customer until you're done helping the customer that you're helping right now. That's literally we were
leave a
told
customer.
that,
Yeah,
we were told that so many times in retail. The managers and the supervisors would constantly stress that and say, you do not leave the customer that you're helping until you're done. And so I complied with that same policy that they wanted, and what ended up happening was I couldn't go up to the register, and I even told the girl, I said, I can't help you right now, I'm sorry, I'm helping a customer photo. And if I left the customer photo, they'd start complaining. I knew that would happen. This customer that I was helping with photo wasn't the nicest person either. And what ended up happening was the supervisor came down, she took over on the second register, helped the line, and then afterwards she got all pissed off at me, found me, and said, oh, because you're being incompetent and not doing your job right now and not helping, you can't go on break now. And so yeah, she's just trying to break the law. When they tell you can't go on break, they're breaking the law basically at that point. They do not have the right to tell you that you can't go on break. And so that's exactly what had happened to me. And
yeah, you'd have to double check what applies to where you work.
They're using,
but depending on the amount of hours that you do, you get a break.
I ended up telling her after my shift. I didn't yell at her or anything, but I said to her that you know, I was helping a customer photo, and she just said whatever. That was just her response, and it was just like, you know, nasty like that. It was just, you know, I don't understand why people have such attitude problems sometimes. And like and the thing is though, her thing was like, oh, I have personal problems at home. That was like my supervisor's excuse every time one of my coworkers would actually say something to that supervisor, she would either snap or she would say, I have problems at home and stuff like that. And the thing is though, okay, I get you have problems at home, okay, I'm sympathetic, but that doesn't give you a right to take it out on all the other coworkers and treat your coworkers like garbage. So it's just you know, I just don't get this. You know, people that have attitude problems should not be working with other people. You know, they should have jobs where they're working by themselves. You know, that's my personal opinion. People that have attitude problems, people that have tempers, should not be working with people directly. Just like, dude, go and do something that you can do solo. That's just it.
Hey, these guys are using explosive rounds, or one of them is.
I have no toleration for people that have like an attitude like that. It's.
Oh, he got me right there.
Is he using explosive rounds?
Hey, one of them are using explosive rounds.
Watch out.
I'm gonna use explosive rounds back on him.
I just pulled it out right now. I don't know if I killed the guy with explosive rounds, but I pulled it out.
God, these guys are cheating right now. I put explosive rounds at them. Come.
That's why I like the Navy revolver, because I can do that.
We got bogey. Watch out, watch out.
How is this guy taking 2 Carcano shots already?
Whoa. Where it come from?
Okay, I don't know.
Don't know.
We got red carpet here.
You know, that's just stupid. Like, I'm sorry. That's like one part of the game that I really hate when stuff like that happens. Is shoot the guy so many times. He probably has some tank cards, but even if you have tank cards, you shouldn't take that many shots. That's just stupid at that point. That's just when stuff like that happens.
You're right.
Thank you,
Yeah, I think-
Rice, for also sponsoring my channel. Thank you, man. Pro, opinions on the stereotypes that Americans are stupid. Oh, you know, speaking of that, I'll tell you is I've actually encountered like people just like that the other day. I dealt with people like that just the other day that were calling Americans stupid, and I called them out on it. But basically, what happened is, go on my Twitter account, guys, and you guys can just see, like, look at my tweets from, like, a few days ago, and you'll see I was arguing with morons on Twitter. Like, absolute morons. That's exactly... I don't want to, like, you know, insult anybody, but these guys that I was arguing with, in my opinion, was morons. And basically what ended up happening was... By the way, is there something wrong with somebody's mic? Because I keep hearing myself repeat in the background, but... here's what happened. There was some celebrity that had come up in my recommended. He was somebody famous or something like that. I don't remember who the guy was, but his tweet, I replied to this celebrity because he said something that I disagreed with, and I wasn't, like, you know, rude or anything. It wasn't even the celebrity that was rude to me, but his fans. And what happened was, he said that, like, it's good that they're trying to get rid of daylight savings time, but now we should go from Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's, like, what he said. For people that are unfamiliar, in America, we measure temperature in Fahrenheit. We don't measure it in Celsius. But this guy was arguing for America to change from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and I had replied to him, and I said to him, you know, changing daylight savings time is fine. Most people agree with that. I hate losing an hour of sleep. I think most people can agree we should get rid of daylight savings time entirely. Daylight savings time, if you got rid of that, would not really change that much. But if you got rid of Fahrenheit and you instead changed it to Celsius, that would mess so many people up in America, in my country, because even though the rest of the world uses Celsius, there's no problem with using Fahrenheit. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, okay, the rest of the world uses Celsius, but it doesn't make, you know, if we don't have to change to Celsius, there's no reason to do so. And like, we have generations and generations of Americans have learned Fahrenheit. And so, if you just switched randomly to Celsius now, that would mess so many people up. Like, you know, when people say it's 90 degrees outside, you know, that's hot. But, like, now, you know, change it to Celsius, and, like, you know, just trying to measure everything. And, like, you know, 30 degrees Fahrenheit is cold, I think most people would agree. But 30 degrees Celsius is something else. So, it's just, if you change that, it's gonna mess so many people up, and there's no reason to change it. And what happened was, I had a bunch of these people start replying to me and just started saying the exact same thing that you were asking me in that question, saying, you stupid Americans, blah, 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 this, the rest of the world uses Celsius, and it's people insulting my country and calling me stupid just because what, we use a different temperature scale? Like, you know, these people think that they're better because, what, they use Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. It's such a stupid argument. It's like saying that your country is better just because your country uses Celsius over Fahrenheit. It's like one of the stupidest things ever. Haha, my country's better than your country because we use a different temperature scale. Like, one of the absolute morons, these guys that I was arguing with. Just stupid morons. But it's just that. And one of the guys, like, he said something like, it would take 2 generations of Americans to learn Celsius, which basically is implying that Americans are stupid. And the thing is, though, is one of the guys, like, he called Americans stupid, and I got kind of annoyed, and I said, you're insulting my country and, like, my nation because we use a different temperature system than you? Like, you think that you're better because you use a different temperature, like, scale? Like, you know, how stupid are you? Like, what's wrong with you? And he just replied with just insulting things. He just did no rational argument or anything, just insulted me back again. Just that. But just look at my Twitter. You'll see, like, tweets I argued with people on temperatures. It's the stupidest thing ever. I didn't think I'd get into an argument with people about temperature scales. But apparently, like, you know, the internet is something else. So that's just,
Twitter will argue about anything to change my mind.
That's what
I would like to make a note on this. Anytime you get into, like, professional, industrial, or scientific applications, even in the US, they do use the metric system.
But what I'll tell you is that these people think that Americans can't read Celsius. Like, they think that Americans are stupid and that they can't read Celsius. But I'll tell you, in America, we learn Celsius. We learn how to measure Celsius in school. Do a lot of people still remember it? Probably not, but we still learn it in school. We learn it in school, and there's a lot of jobs that people learn how to measure in Celsius. We learn about Celsius in school. We learn about Kelvin in school. We don't use Celsius to measure the temperature. We use Fahrenheit, but we still learn about it in school. And the thing is, though, the people that say that Americans are stupid because they don't know Celsius, how many of these same people, when they played Red Dead Redemption 2, and the game says in Fahrenheit, the temperature at the top, they struggled. They struggled to read Fahrenheit. So the same people that were calling Americans stupid for not knowing Celsius were struggling to read Fahrenheit in Red Dead Redemption. They didn't know what 50 degrees Fahrenheit meant in Red Dead Redemption, when they didn't even realize that you could change it in the settings to Celsius. But that's the point that I'm making, is, we were using, Fahrenheit in America. There's no reason to change it. And that's all I said. I was nice. I tried to be professional, ironically. And I just said, there's no reason to change, like, Fahrenheit. That's our system here in America, and that's what we're used to. There's no need to change it. And yet these guys, for some reason, thought that they were just smarter and just better than, like, Americans because their country used Celsius, whatever. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's just, I didn't think I'd get into an argument with people about temperature, but, here we are. So it's like, at this point, people will argue about anything. They'll argue about the stupidest things ever. Will I do a Let's Play on Saints Row 3 and 4? Possibly. Yeah, I'd be open to doing that. I probably wouldn't have as much fun with it on Saints Row 1 and 2, but I would be open to doing it. Thank you, Trashman, for the super chat.
Can you change the thing from Fahrenheit to Celsius on Red Dead?
You can. You just gotta go in the settings. That's it. And you can change temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. But the point that I was making is that, like, there's a lot of these guys that would just say that Americans are stupid because they don't know how to read Celsius, but they don't know how to read Fahrenheit themselves. So it's just Oh,
you don't know what the boiling point and freezing point is in Fahrenheit? Oh, you're dumb. Okay. Just throw that at them.
I'll be honest, I don't know how to read Fahrenheit. I read Celsius.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying anything towards you specifically there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No,
you're in a different country, and in your country you're most likely using Celsius. But the point that I was making is that these people are not, and I'm not criticizing people that don't know how to read Fahrenheit. A lot of Americans don't know how to read Celsius. What I'm just saying is these people were insulting me and like my country. And they were saying that you Americans are dumb because you can't read Celsius when they themselves can't even read Fahrenheit, the system in America. So I find that hypocritical, personally.
I mean, it's kind of like wherever you grow up, what's the first language you learn, depending on where you are? And then someone makes fun of you for not knowing another language. Like, alright, so I grew up in an English country, I learned English. Maybe my Spanish or French sucks. That's because I learned English first.
What do you think about capitalism? Also, what do you think of people trying to abolish capitalism in the U.S.? I don't really get into politics. I stay away from that because I'm a gaming channel. But I'll just say, my personal opinion on, economics and stuff like that is I'll say that my teacher, one of my teachers that I had in college, when I was studying law enforcement, who taught us about criminal investigations, one of the best professors I ever had. He said specifically about capitalism, and I remember his quote, and it's like, I like this quote a lot. I still remember it, this is like 4 years ago, I remember this. But he said specifically this. He said that capitalism is not a perfect system. It has, problems. There are bad things in it.
Whoa.
But it's better than the other systems out there. That's what I remember my teacher said. And I've never forgotten that statement that he said. And basically, when you think about it, capitalism, it does have problems. There are, bad things. There are greed. There's, bad things that go on in capitalism. I will agree 100%. But when you compare it to all the other systems out there, I think it's still the best system out there. Like, you compare capitalism to communism, there's, like, no competition. Capitalism is clearly the better system. My parents are an example. My parents grew up under communism. They talk about how horrible it was, like, just constantly. And my parents, like, when they walk into a supermarket, they're still amazed to this day that you can walk into a supermarket in the morning, in the midday, or at night, and you can find everything on the shelf there, pretty much. Might be 1 or 2 items out of stock, but you can pretty much find everything on the shelf. When they grew up under communism, they had nothing. And that was just,
I'd like to note one other side point to that. Communism itself, the system itself, is responsible for tens of millions of people being killed. Tens of millions.
Why the hell my camp is at Great Burn Plains? It's up above the road.
I think that a lot of the people that advocate...
It's not an accident either.
A lot of the people that advocate for communism, they don't know, like, they don't know what the system is actually like, and it's like, it's like they if you want to know how arrogant these people are, they're so arrogant that they can tell people that, like, grew up in communist countries that, like, that system is better. Like, it's like, But it's like, you know, the people that advocate for this stuff typically are people that did not live under that system. But yeah, it's like, you know, not getting into politics here, but like, you know, there's problems in capitalism. It's not a perfect system. There's massive problems of greed. You know, scumbag corporations. I will agree 100%, treating their workers like crap. You know,
Still infinitely better, though. I'll take that every day.
Despite the problems, it's still better than, like, and you know, capitalism is much better today than it was, like, you know, 100 years ago. Because 100 years ago, when you had unrestricted capitalism was like one of the worst times in American history. Like at this time period that we're actually playing in Red Dead Redemption, like you had like basically almost no regulation whatsoever on the economy, and so there was
Carnegie moment.
There was not even any regulation on like workers' rights or anything like that. Unions didn't exist. It was like in this time period, kids worked in mines. They worked in coal mines. They got their hands cut off. Like there was no fire exits. There was no safeties. People would work 6 days a week with no breaks. They would work 12-hour shifts, and they would be making basically half of what they're making today. So and for way more hours. So it's like, you know, over 100 years ago, more like 120 years ago, like, you know, when you had unrestricted, like, capitalism, like, in this country during the Industrial Revolution, it was really bad. There was a lot of advancements during the Industrial Revolution, that's true, but there was, like, other times when, like, you know, I would not want to live in this time period. I would not want to, like, you know, imagine living in a place like this, like, you know, back then, like, then, and this is also a place like this, like Annesburg. This is, like, one of the worst places to possibly live in America, like, you know, at this time period, like a place like this. This basically what this place is. This is a company town, and like company towns, how these basically worked back then is that all of these people that live here are getting scammed. They got scammed by the large corporations. So what happened was, one large corporation owns this entire town. Towns like this existed, and so Leviticus Cornwall owns this entire town pretty much, and he owns all the property, every building in this town, even the houses that people live in. He owns those. Those are people are paying rent to the company. So basically what would happen is a lot of these workers that actually live in towns like this, they aren't from the West. They're typically people that live in the cities, like in Chicago and New York. And so what happened was these workers lived in tenement homes. And the tenement homes were like apartments of only like one window. And so they lived in horrible work conditions in like in the cities. Like for example, if Mafia 2, the introduction to Mafia 2, when Vito's a child and he walks into that like apartment that's like a piece of junk with like rats, that's like a tenement home. That's like a perfect example of like what the working class lived in like cities back then. And so what happened was the companies would find these workers, they would have them sign a contract, and they would tell them, hey, you know, you move your family out west, we'll give you a house and everything like that. And so the workers think, oh, I'm gonna live in a house, I'm not gonna live in this crappy rundown apartment anymore. They sign on with the company, they get put on a train, you know, they spend probably a day on the train, depending on how far they're going west. And when they finally get there, this is the house that the companies offered them, like this house, a basically piece of junk. And the thing is, there were even worse houses than this. Some houses didn't even have windows, like that the workers lived in. They had like boards
or a door
on them. It was just, they didn't even have a door. And the worst part is, you didn't even own the house fully. You had to pay rent to the company, and it got worse because in these towns, in these towns you got paid in company dollars basically. And so what company dollars were, they were fake money, fake coins, tokens that the company would produce.
It's monopoly money.
Yeah, basically monopoly money. So the company would pay you. They would, in a way, capitale. The company would pay you in that garbage currency, and the currency was worthless that they would pay you in. And the only place that you could buy stuff in was the company store. And where was the company store located? It was located in a town just like this, and it was owned by the company as well. So you could use the tokens there, and you could buy groceries, and everything was really overpriced with this useless currency. And sometimes certain places would let you exchange it for cash, but even when they let you exchange it for cash, the rate that they would give you, depending on the labor that you gave them, was that they would rip you off. And the worst part about this is, if you decide to change your mind, you really couldn't, because you were stuck in the middle of nowhere. These towns were like so far away from other towns that you had nowhere to go, and you had your whole family out there with you. You had nowhere to go pretty much, and so they wouldn't give you a train ride back to the city, so you'd basically be stuck there. It was just places like this existed.
It was a sideways sort of version of legalized slavery.
But this is pretty realistic depiction of what a company town looked like, and just like this, like you'd have a big factory in the town or a big coal mine, depending on what the town was known for producing. And so the people the workers that lived in these towns, they didn't live long. They would live in their 40s or 50s. They would die, or even younger than that. Just the working in those mines, it would destroy their health, just all the coal and everything like that. It was just one of the. That's basically what you have when you have unrestricted capitalism. So, like I said, I think capitalism is generally a good system. It has problems, it has faults, but it's come a long way, and it's a much better system. It still has things we can improve on today, but it's much better than what we had over 100 years ago, when there was no restrictions on it, and stuff like that. But oh great, I'm probably gonna respawn here. But what I'll say is the most unrealistic thing about this town in Red Dead Redemption is how do I spawn here? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the most unrealistic thing about this town in the game is that it has a gun store. That's the most unrealistic thing, because company towns would never have gun stores. That would not happen. There's a gun store in Annesburg, and the reason that company towns would have no gun stores is because they would not want the workers to revolt. So that's why company towns would not have gun stores, because the workers would just take so much and they'd get pissed off and feel scammed, and they could revolt and take the town over. And so that's why they didn't have gun stores. If they did have a gun store like this, the only people that would be able to purchase guns would be security guards that worked for the company, or Pinkerton agents. Those would really be the only people that worked. And the Pinkerton agents oftentimes would be the guards around the town like this, and they would enforce the will of the company. They would enforce the will of people like Leviticus Cornwall, and so that was just these guys would walk around with lever action rifles and just intimidate people. So this was very common for a company town. But this is one of the worst places to possibly live in America at this time. It was place like this is a perfect example of a company store. Is this general store? So yeah, these and I made a whole lore video on this if you ever want to watch it. It's called Annesburg, the real horrible history of Annesburg, and I explain exactly this type of stuff here. But that's just my analysis of the situation there. People on Twitter not be the brightest. One guy tried defending GTA Plus by saying I should be thankful because they increased nightclub safe money. Yeah, that's something that we've been asking for years.
I'm not sure that GTA Plus doesn't increase the nightclub, does it?
No, but the guy was just making a point that Rockstar increased nightclub popularity money in general, so that's yeah.
Get out of the train! I'm going to hurt.
Hey, Pro, are you ever going to play Red Dead Redemption 1? Yeah, I will, Kevin. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, chewing, but, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
I always thought Vito was underrated protagonist. He had a distinguished service cross, but everyone just remembers him for, him being a Mafia 3 sidekick. Yep.
Who's Vito?
Mafia character.
Vito.
Well, a lot all around.
Annesburg isn't based on a specific town. It's based on company towns that existed back then.
I'm getting a train.
Yeah.
They teach you that in the war?
I hate those.
What are you talking about, BBG? I always help people out. I barely sell my own stuff anyways. This whole stream, I didn't even sell anything. I just help people.
What the?
But yeah, that's everything I said about company towns is true here. Watch my Annesburg video. It's in my Red Dead Redemption playlist, and I think it should be my lore playlist. If it's not in my lore playlist, I'll add that in. But that's basically the horror of company towns. Is be happy that you didn't live in this time period, and you didn't live in a town like this, because this is one of the worst places to live ever. And also, as you can imagine, the rich company elites would not live anywhere close to this town.
I'll run.
Also, here's another fact for you. Leviticus Cornwall, he's based on a real-life guy, Andrew Carnegie, who was the richest man in America, who owned several towns just like this. And Andrew Carnegie, in the real life, Andrew Carnegie was even worse than Leviticus Cornwall. Andrew Carnegie in real life actually had kids working in his coal mines. Andrew Carnegie was a very cold-blooded guy. And Andrew Carnegie was actually interviewed once about the working conditions in his factories, and he was actually he was interviewed, and the interviewer actually asked him a question about kids working in the coal mines, and he said specifically that it breaks his heart, but it's necessary for the future of America. That's what he said. He's full of crap. It's just, how is it necessary for the future of America for kids to work in coal mines and get their hands cut off? That's the type of person that Andrew Carnegie was. He's a massive scumbag. Andrew Carnegie tried to justify his scumbag behavior by saying that he grew up in poverty, which is true. Andrew Carnegie did grow up in poverty, and he did work in a factory when he was a child. But even so, just working in that type of environment, you would think that somebody growing up, like being in a position of power, would make it so that people like him when they were younger would not have to do that anymore. But no, he did nothing to like change, you know, lives for his workers or just, you know, just improve living standards. He was just a bad guy overall. Andrew Carnegie was also in real life from Scotland, where in this game he has just Leviticus Cornwall as an American accent, but in real life I guess he would have had a Scottish accent. But to be fair, he came to the country when he was a kid, so he probably would have developed an American accent over time. But that's the thing about him, is he was just a really bad guy. But and here's the crazy thing is, just go on Google and type in a picture, Andrew Carnegie. Just look up a picture of him. And if you look up a picture of him, he looks almost identical to Leviticus Cornwall. He looks just like him, which is just so scary. It's such an obvious thing that he's based on Leviticus Cornwall. But he was a really bad guy. But, and I guess I'll start a poker match here, play for a little bit, but I'll tell you guys, well, when Andrew Carnegie was in retirement, when he was older, like when he was close to death, like he was like, you know, old that he was gonna die, I'm gonna go in the game chat, guys, 'cause I gotta go into poker here, but, about Andrew Carnegie, when he was like older, that he was about to die, he donated a lot of his money to charity and like, you know, other charitable causes. But I don't believe that it was sincere, really. I think that he was only doing that because he was possibly scared of going to hell. That's what I think. That's why I think he was doing that personally. You know, everything that I've read about him, he was not a good man, and then all of a sudden when he's like close to death, he starts doing good things. Like, no, I think that he was just probably trying to seal his historical image, and just like possibly scared. Like, if you believe in hell, he was probably scared he was gonna go to hell. But that's probably what he was terrified of.
My old.
But I'll tell you guys, the worst thing that Andrew Carnegie did, and it's not covered in Red Dead Redemption 2, but you know, it would have been interesting if they did a story like that similar to Red Dead Redemption 2 of Leviticus Cornwall, because I think Leviticus Cornwall should have probably had more screen time. Basically, the worst possible thing. Do I believe in an afterlife? So. Like, I'm an agnostic. I don't really talk religion. I'd like to think there is an afterlife, but I'm not sure. I see all possibilities. Basically, the worst thing that Carnegie did do is he purchased this place called the Hunting and Fishing Club, and the Hunting and Fishing Club was like this big club for like rich elites they would go to, and basically they had like a restaurant there. Like, all the rich people would meet there if they're lawyers and politicians and stuff like that. Like, think of the place like the mayor's house in Saint Denis. Like, think of a place like that. That's basically what Andrew Carnegie bought. He bought a place like that, like a big house area with like all these like rich people would be like in this one club. And it's basically what it says, Hunting and Fishing Club. So all the rich people, the lawyers, the bankers, like, you know, the industrialists, the corrupt politicians, they would all meet up at the Hunting and Fishing Club, and they'd hunt, they'd fish, they would do other things, eat food at the restaurant, hang out. And what happened is, how this ties into the worst thing that he did is the land that he purchased had like a lot of acres of land. And on the Hunting and Fishing Club, there was a dam that was part of it, a dam that holds water. And so what happened, I forgot the name of the water, the name of the river that it was like running down, but this was in Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure. And so what happens is, the dam was built in like the 1830s, and he purchased this land, I think it was in the 1890s, like right around the time Red Dead Redemption takes place, or 1880s maybe. So this dam was already, you know, old, and 1830s technology is so inferior to 1890s technology. And basically, what happened was, the dam was made out of like wood, like planks, most of it. It was garbage. It was gonna fall apart. It was only a matter of time. And Carnegie, in this time period, there was no such thing as a billionaire, because money was worth a lot more. But in today's money, Carnegie would be a billionaire. So he was the richest man in America. And the richest man in America could not be bothered to fix the dam. You'd think that with all the money that he had, he could fix this dam up, no problem. And, you know, make it brand new and make it safe. But no, he didn't. Instead, you know what he had? He had mud and more planks put on it to hold the dam together. And what ended up happening is the dam blew up. The whole dam collapsed. The water went down the valley, flooded a town that was right there, killed hundreds of people in the flood. All because Carnegie was too cheap to fix the dam. He got hundreds of people killed with his greed. So hundreds of people died in that flood. And what ended up happening was, right after that, Carnegie had built a new library for the town. I think he built a new school, and he donated a lot of money to the town. But he was only doing that for damage control, because he was scared that they were going to come after him at that point. And what ended up happening is, a lot of the people ended up suing Andrew Carnegie. So people sued him for their loved ones dying, they're losing their houses, their property, their whole town got buried underwater. And what ended up happening was they lost all the cases to him. And the courts ruled that it was an act of God, what had happened. An act of God, it has nothing to do with religion. An act of God in law is a natural event. So an act of God would be like an earthquake, you know, a tornado. That's what basically an act of God would be described. But this was not an act of God, the dam falling apart. This was gross negligence by today's standard. Gross negligence. He was negligent. It was his property. He knew it was an unstable condition. He did nothing to fix it, and because of his property being unstable condition, it caused this massive flood that killed hundreds of people and destroyed an entire town. So that was just outrageous what happened, that he was not held liable for that. But that's like, you know, imagine they had that in Red Dead Redemption too, like a story with that, with Cornwall. Because I could see that happening totally. That like somebody like Cornwall would not care about that at all. Like you saw the guy who told him like, you know, our folks care about wages, and he says like, you know, feelings don't care. I don't care about your feelings, or something like that. He says about that. But it's just like, you know, these guys were some pretty, like, you know, these industrialists back then, like, these industrialists did, you know, build things that were important to America's infrastructure. That's cool. But a lot of these industrialists were very ruthless and cold people. And that's you know, they would constantly justify this. They would say it's all business. That's the way they would see it. And Andrew Carnegie, the way that he saw things is he saw that if it doesn't benefit his business and doesn't make money, it's a waste of money. That's how Andrew Carnegie would see things. So if it didn't make money, it was a waste of money. If it didn't benefit him, if it didn't benefit his business, it was a waste of money. So a lot of these industrialists were some pretty ruthless people. I don't think a lot of people in American history realize just how ruthless some of these guys were during the 1890s. But that's what it was like. And you know, Cornwall was based on him. But that's, you know, that's the history of him. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Trashman. Well, thank you for the super chat. I guess I'll bet here a little bit. Yeah, Andrew Carnegie had no sympathy for the poor. He was just not a good guy overall. Rockefeller was a pretty messed up guy as well. But these were like these were just some bad guys. I'll go all in again. See if hopefully I get a matching card here. Nah, they probably won't do something like that, Billy. Oh, I got a matching card. 4 queens. That's the first time I think I've seen a 4. Wow. 4 queens. What are the chances of that? Rockstar let the money go to their head when they made GT Online. Yep, they did. And greed destroys a lot of things. No, Reddit Online isn't trash. Yeah, that was just, I know that story, Flaming Eel, that story's really disturbing, but I know that historical story, that was very disturbing. 2 and 3. This one guy's $95. How long have you been playing here? I've been playing here for hours on this poker. No, there's probably not going to be anything like GTA Los Santos stories. No, I don't think so, Ricky. The easiest game I ever played? Probably like the Telltale Walking Dead games, because it's just like a cinematic game, basically. The hardest game I ever played... What's the hardest game I ever played? Killzone 2 in Elite difficulty.
Oh, I think I'm drunk.
Well, Portland, I guess, would be New Jersey in GTA 3, but Portland makes no sense because Portland would be on... Jersey would be on the left side, not on the right side. The right side would be Queens and Brooklyn. So it's just, it makes no sense on Portland's location. Thank you, James the Cool, for sponsoring my channel.
It's happened before, you know.
I don't... The dumbest things that I've seen people do when they're getting arrested by the police, I mean, I know I really have to think about it, like, I know that I do remember this, I'll tell you though, I do remember this one case that I remember. It was like a video that I saw, but then I read about the case, and like it was like the situation was just so stupid. But basically, this one guy had gotten himself arrested, and he got arrested over something so stupid and idiotic. Like it was just. But I'll answer in just one moment, Mario. And thank you, DHC. That's why I rarely play newer games. I just can't trust gaming companies nowadays. Newer games is likely to flop. That's why I enjoy playing older games. As of now, Night Dive Studios is now my gaming company. Oh, what do they make? DHC. But thank you for the super chat. My opinion on the GTA Plus membership, I think that it's nonsense. And I made a video on it, but I'm gonna make another one, Nicholas. But look this one up, Mario. There was this one situation that happened like a few years ago. Probably some people in the chat saw the video because it has like millions of views. But basically, I think this was in California. Correct me if I'm wrong. What it ended up, I have no matching cards. Great again. So what ended up happening was this police officer. He went to the IRS office, which the IRS, that's Internal Revenue Service. They are a tax agency in the U.S. They're a federal tax agency. They're in charge of, taxes and making sure people are paying their taxes. So this police officer goes to the IRS office to ask a tax question. That's why he went to the IRS office. He wanted to ask a tax question specifically. And what ended up happening is the cop's in full uniform, as you can imagine. He has his holster on. He has his gun on him. He doesn't have his gun drawn. He just has his gun on his belt. And what ends up happening is the IRS people start getting angry at him that he came in uniform, and this is all on video, so I saw what had happened. And the security guard comes out of nowhere and just like tells him that you cannot have a gun here. Oh, I guess we both won a little bit. So security guard tells him you can't have a gun here and stuff like that. The cop does not have his gun out; it's just on his holster. And the cops, he tells the cop, you have to go leave it in your car or hand it over. And he says, you have a locker here? And the security guard says, no. He's like, then I'm not giving you my gun. And the security guard starts being just really aggressive with the cop. The security guard's just stupid. He was just power hungry. And what ends up happening is the cop then says, I'm going. I'm leaving this place. The cop saw the situation was escalating, and he did the smart thing trying to leave. And the security guard blocks him in the elevator and points his gun at him. and like says to him, "You're not going anywhere." So he holds the cop at gunpoint, and what ends up happening is the situation gets even crazier. The people at the IRS office call 911 and say there's a guy with a gun here. And so the 911 operator asks, "What is he doing right now?" And the IRS people just say, "He's got a gun and he won't leave." The IRS people on that 911 call did not mention that he was a cop, did not mention that he was in uniform. They just said there's a guy with a gun here. So the police stormed the IRS building, thinking that there is an active shooter. And the thing is, that miscommunication could have been fatal, because the police literally thought that there was an active shooter on the premises. They didn't know that there was some stupid security guard that was holding up a cop for no reason at gunpoint. But that could have turned fatal. But thankfully, nothing bad happened in the end. And so the cops stormed the floor of the IRS office, and they see the security guard holding the cop at gunpoint, and they're confused. And they knew the cop because they worked with him. And they said, like, "What is going on here?" And they're like, "This is the guy." And they're like, "You do realize that he's a police officer and he's on duty right now, right? He's in uniform." And they're like, "Yeah, I get that. He can't have a gun here." It's like, what? It's like these people had no common sense. Like all the people were stupid. The IRS people were stupid. The security guard everybody was stupid. Like, it was just, all the cop wanted to do was ask a tax question. But it was like, and what ended up happening was the security guard got arrested. That's what happened. And the cop ended up suing the security guard company. I hope he won a lot of money. But that was like, that's like one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen. Such a dumb situation. Something that got blown completely out of proportion. The cop could have just left. He could have just left, and that would have been it. But they did. The security guard, because he was power hungry, didn't want to leave. Let the cop go. Held them at gunpoint. It was just such a stupid thing, and it was just the whole thing could have just turned worse, much worse. But it was just thankfully nothing bad happened. But just look it up. Go on YouTube and look it up. Power hungry, a security guard, IRS office holds cop at gunpoint, and you'll see like the whole video and the whole exchange. It's like one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen. Like what a dumb security guard. It was just, that's like one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen.
Yes, indeed.
What's the stupidest thing each GTA protagonist did? Good question. Stupidest thing each GTA protagonist did. Have to think about that. Stupidest thing Claude did was probably getting involved with Catalina. Stupidest thing that, stupidest thing, oh, I got really good cards now. Stupidest thing that Tommy did? I'm trying to think. Tommy didn't really do that many stupid things. Maybe trusting Lance. That was probably the stupidest thing he did. Stupidest thing that CJ did, going into the mafia meat factory of Ken Rosenberg after he scared Johnny Sindacco half to death. That was the stupidest thing CJ did. Oh wow, look at this, my cards right now. Stupidest thing that Tony Cipriani did, going to meet with Vincenzo after he screwed him over. Stupidest thing that Vic Vance did, getting involved with Jerry Martinez. Stupidest thing that Nico Bellic did. What's the dumbest thing that Nico did? I'm trying to think. Nico didn't really do that many dumb things. Some people would say killing Faustin was the dumbest. But the thing is, none of us could have really predicted that Dimitri was going to do that. So, I don't know. What was the dumbest thing that Nico did? You guys got any ideas? I'm trying to think. Nico, I don't think did really that many dumb things in the story. I mean, if you choose the deal ending, probably that would be, but that's optional. I would say Nico going to do the deal with Dimitri is probably the stupidest thing. Or possibly killing Dwayne. That would be one of the stupidest things he would do. What is it? Johnny Klebitz. Stupidest thing Johnny Klebitz did is getting back into a relationship with Ashley. Let me do this here. Let's see here. Hope this guy bets this. I'm gonna take his money right now. Oh, yep. I'm gonna win that hand. That was that. Okay. I kind of almost broke even. I'm still $5 short here. But, I guess we'll get out of this game here. I've won a few hands. Not gonna get any more lucky than this. Okay, stupidest thing that Luis did in Ballad of Gay Tony. What is the dumbest thing that Luis did? Trying to think. What would be the dumbest thing that Luis did? I don't know. I'd have to really think. Luis didn't really do that many dumb things. He was the one that was constantly getting Tony out of situation. Actually, no. You know, dumbest thing Luis did was getting involved with Bulgarin. That was the dumbest thing Luis did, yeah. Dumbest thing that, that Michael DeSanta or Michael Townley did, probably bringing Trevor over to meet with Martin Madrazo. Dumbest thing that Franklin did. Did Franklin do really any dumb things? I don't think so. Franklin's one of the more smarter GTA characters. I don't think Franklin did really anything dumb, did he? I mean, the stupidest thing that Franklin would do would be to kill Michael or kill Trevor, but that's not canon. So that's you know, Franklin did. I don't think did Franklin do anything stupid? No. You can say Franklin killing Michael, but Franklin that's not canon. The canon ending is Death Wish. It's been confirmed by GT Online. So it's just, I think probably the dumbest thing that Franklin did was probably going with Lamar to that drug deal where they met D. That was probably after they kidnapped him. That was probably the dumbest thing Franklin did. Dumbest thing that Trevor did. What was the stupidest thing? Trevor did a lot of stupid things. The stupidest thing that he did. Out of all the things, what was the dumbest thing that Trevor did? I'd have to really think about this one. Man, Trevor would be hard to say what would be the dumbest thing he did. Killing Johnny, I mean, I wouldn't really say that was dumb because he wiped out the Lost. It was stupid, but it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was dumb on his part. Yeah, probably the Merryweather heist. That was probably, yeah, the Merryweather heist. Plotting to, like, steal, like, he was trying to steal something, he didn't even know what it was. So that was, like, the Merryweather heist. Yeah, the Merryweather heist was the stupidest thing Trevor did. Also, Series A. You guys notice both heists that Trevor planned out, both, Series A and the Merryweather heist both ended in disaster. So that was, yeah, did I miss any GTA characters? No, I think I got everyone, but yeah. Oh, I didn't play Chinatown Wars, so I can't comment on that, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the funny line in GTA 5. How many people died in the bombing of Fort Staunton? You're referring to the Liberty City mission, Liberty City Stories mission. I would tell you that in a very Fort Staunton. What is Fort Staunton based on? Fort Staunton is based on Little Italy, I think. So it's in a very urban area like that, you would have hundreds of casualties, hundreds. So, you know, possibly even thousands, depending on just how bad it was. But like, it looked like Tony had completely destroyed the whole neighborhood. Like, blocks had fallen up, like apartment buildings had fallen into the ground. So it was like, you know, hundreds of people. I'd say minimum hundreds. So it's unknown exactly, but yeah, the most evil thing a character did in the entire GTA series, the most evil thing a character ever did was what Tony Cipriani did in Liberty City Stories. He killed hundreds of people. Like, that was like one of the most messed up things. I don't even think even Trevor would have done that. So that was like, that Tony Cipriani was a very cold-blooded guy. Like, he was like, Tony Cipriani, I would say, is the second most evil GTA character. The second most protagonist. The number one most evil protagonist is Claude. Tony Cipriani is the second worst one behind him. Yeah, Tony is a very cold-blooded guy. A lot of people said they didn't like Tony. I like Tony. I thought he was a cool character. I don't know why people didn't like him, but he was a very cold-blooded guy. Crow, what is the stupidest grief that encounter in GTA Online? How is GTA 5 on PS5? GTA 5 on PS5 is okay, but it's not that much different. It's just an FPS upgrade. And the stupidest griefer I ever encountered, there was a guy who had a teleporting Kanjali. And so I lured him into a trap. I had my my flak gun out, my flak cannon out, and the second that he spawned in front of me, I blew up his tank. That was like the, you know. Do you think that if Donald Love was to pay Claude a lot of... Oh. Okay, well, I'm not... That was just a stupid question there. What's the most evil thing that Claude did? The most evil thing that Claude did is, The most evil thing that Claude did was, bringing all those people to the meatpacking plant. That was the, He got a lot of people killed by, the serial killer. Marty, a serial killer. Yeah, Nico killed the lawyer. That was probably the worst thing Nico did.
Hello? Why are you acting like this?
The most evil thing the GTA Online protagonist did? Oh man, there's so many missions and just so much stuff. The GTA Online protagonist has probably killed the most people besides Tony. It's just the amount of missions they did and the. What's the worst thing the GTA Online protagonist did? I can't even really think right now. Like it's. I'm trying to think because most of the things that GTA protagonist did was against other criminals. But it's just. Which Marty is worse, Marty Chonks or Marty J. Williams? Marty J. Williams has probably gotten more people killed and just causes more problems overall. But Marty Chonks is a serial killer as well. So it's just. Worst thing the GTA Online protagonist did was committing crimes with the Oppressor Mark II. Huh. I'm talking more about realism, Patrick. Yeah, but even though Manhunt takes place in the same universe as GTA, a lot of people don't know that. Manhunt takes place in the same universe as Grand Theft Auto. That's confirmed. So it's like the Manhunt characters exist in the Grand Theft Auto game. So in a Grand Theft Auto game, you might see a Manhunt character, and in a Manhunt game, you might see a Grand Theft Auto character if they ever make another one. That's possible. So that's confirmed. The Manhunt games take place in the GTA universe. Michael confirms that in GTA 5. He says that Carcer City, which Carcer City is the place where Manhunt takes place. Isn't Carcer City supposed to be based on Detroit? I think that's what it's based on. But it's yeah. So that's what it's But he's not. But even though you say he's not a GTA character, the guy from Manhunt, even though it takes place in the same universe, he's a Manhunt character. Well, I'm glad I was able to help you out. But I guess we'll be wrapping this up here today, guys. Had a lot of fun on the stream today. Had a decent stream, almost 3 hours. Had a nice fun stream. So I guess we will leave it off here, guys. So thank you guys for watching. And tomorrow I'll have a good video for you guys, showing you guys something. It's a GTA Online video tomorrow, but it's me explaining a few things, and hope people enjoy that. And I have a lore video coming out on Sunday. So this Sunday there's a lore video that will be coming out. So I hope people enjoy that. I could probably do a playthrough in the Manhunt games, but I'm just concerned that I could get like a strike from YouTube because of how violent the game is. But thank you, Trashman, for the super chat. Yes, it is, Mr. Waifu. But I will be going here, guys. Thank you guys for watching the stream. If you did enjoy this stream, do drop a like. It does help the channel out. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe to me. I do make a lot of content and try to upload something every day. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one, and have a great weekend, everyone.